Oh my God, that is hot. I don't want the internet to bully me anymore. I just want a wide receiver. And he's gonna run it deep out of the end zone here. And he breaks free! They beat the Dallas Cowboys! You were twerking in that lighthouse. Dirty one.
Jimmy just stepped out. He stepped out the back of the end zone. And he threw a pick. Oh my God.
He still messed it up.
Oh, we still here.
It's caught! It's a touchdown! Card!
Please not Jefferson, please.
No! Yes! And there's cars everywhere! It is so bright. We raised $500,000. We have hit 400K! Half a freaking million people. Touchdown! Jordan Love and Christian Watson!
It's frickin' time.
I gotta do the intro. Can you let me do the intro? Okay. Let me put you down. I don't want to yell in your ear. All right, go ahead now. Grossi Posse Packer! Nation, welcome to an episode of Podcast, the podcast where you don't, I do Packers fan, but it sure does help. I'm your host, Tom. It's frickin' the first Friday night Q&A of the year. Grossi, let's go, baby. We are here. How are we doing? James, saying if you had to rank the teams that never won a Super Bowl, how likely are they to win on your list? I think the Lions are up there. I'd probably say the Lions are the closest. Browns, right? Because they haven't won one. Yeah, I'd probably say those two. Texans could be there. If Stroud is the real deal, I think they're pretty close. Bengals are going to be close with Burrow, though. I'd say probably like those are around like the top 4 or 5 teams that are probably the closest right this second. Brian, if it comes down to this, either my Hawks or your Packers go in the playoffs. May the best team win. Either way, playoffs will be fire. Yes, they will. Go! What a fiver saying it's Friday. You know what that means. Coco, how you doing? Glad to see you. And hold on, now they want to go out. They just came in, and now they're going out. And I know, folks, don't be concerned. It might look like I'm not wearing pants, but I am, I promise. I promise. We are. Giggity! Did you enjoy your Thursday off, buddy? Oh, I didn't have Thursday off. No, I did not enjoy it. No. I mean, I was very happy to be done, but no. Thursday was not off. Thursday was wake up, work, had to take Mama Grossi to the doctor because unfortunately she fell down and broke a couple things, and then I had to go and finish the North Saga. So it was very rewarding and fulfilling to get that done. It took me 3 days to do that video, but definitely not a day off. definitely not a day off. But we'll get there. It's all right. It's all right. Nick, thank you for the $5. Appreciate you. Les, what a 20! From Sandra in Phoenix. Ooh, to commemorate the anniversary of my accidental diary encouragement, may do this again. The super chat, not the milk thing. I hope you're doing well. Let's go. Happy New Year. Let's go. Nick Couture, first Q&A. Do you take a... Ooh, well, welcome, first of all. Do I collect any sports cards? Sports cards, not really. I have a little thing that's going on right now, but it's not sports card related. But, yeah, never been a big sports card guy. And I'll leave it to hey, Tom. As my favorite Packers fan, we rockin'. Today was more of a day off. But by day off, I mean I just ran all the errands I haven't done for like a week and a half. So I got that done, and plus we're supposed to get snow tomorrow. So it's supposed to be the big first snow of the year, you know. Boss! Welcome to Boss. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Let's go. Nick with the Fire Packers going down this weekend. Yeah, going down to playoff town. Got him. Everyone say, got him. Bucks with Fire. Flacco ain't got nothing on us. These L's better be ready to lose. Who they? Cap! 3 years. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, and now I have mine. Let's go, Cap. Let's go. Jay with a $5. Win or lose Sunday to consider this season to be a success. Tried to move goalposts, but I just want to see the young team progress. So yes, and me, 100%. 100%. Going to the playoffs would be like the cherry on top, and like then it's just house money. But absolutely, in my opinion, you know, you're going to need to see a bigger sample size for this season. You saw what you wanted out of Jordan Love. You saw a ton of progress. You saw some great progress from some great young guys. Tucker Kraft has looked really good. Luke Musgrave, when he was in, looked really good. I'm excited to see both of them on the field. Jaden Reed looks incredible. You know, when Watson's healthy, he's good too. So I think it's been like a trial by fire kind of season. And the fact that we're talking about the Packers 1 win away from the playoffs, I mean, how could that not be deemed a success? Raven with fire. Hey, Grossi, one small question about the Saga. What the hell? Yeah. Listen, folks. If you give me time, if I have time to do something, chances are I'll make it pretty good when it comes to content. Because that video that I put out yesterday, I have been thinking about nonstop for a majority of this season, because there was a couple of payoffs that I wanted there to be in there, like the Lion comment from Lionel, the accepted comment from Charles, because that's come full circle as well. Like, I've been waiting on those moments. But after last week, and I was able to improv that entire thing just because I'm so tired and so burnt, I was like, all right, I can get away with doing this now, and I know I can make it good, because what I lack for in dialogue, I'll make up for in editing. And I was able to get it done, and I think last week's episode was really good. But it also put me in a position where I was like, all right, like now I need to make sure I deliver, and I know this is going to take a while. So that was like writing till 2 o'clock in the morning, filming, then editing until 2 o'clock in the morning, then taking another day to do it. And I did not want to push it, but man, it came out better than I could have imagined. So we rocking. Blank with a $5 saying hello from West Virginia. Go Pack, go. Go Pack, go, baby. There. With $5 as a comedian, Tom. Have you seen the Cat Williams drama? That's how Unk starts the year with the most drama-filled interview. Everyone in a stir. I saw one clip from it. I'm going to be honest. Besides football stuff, I have heard very little of what's gone on this week. Just because I have not had time to, but I saw like one comment about not selling out to Hollywood, and that was the only one. So I don't think I've seen the really drama-filled clips yet. Andrew, if I can't stay long, I'm about to hop on a stage. Ooh, want to wish you and the posse a happy new year. Have a great first Q&A of 2024. Hey, good luck. Hop on that stage. Let's go. Happy New Year. Raul, why are the Baltimore Ravens so badass? Because they have amazing history of players, you know, besides the whole murder thing. But then, like, the entrances, and it really clicked for me during 30 and 30 when I was talking to Engraven. And I was like, why do you like the Ravens? And he goes, because I loved wrestling. And they came out like wrestlers. And I was like, oh my God, I never even thought about that. So I think it's the presentation helps a lot. Baltimore is also known as a tough city. So I think that will kind of help as well. Bear would fire mid best team win for the Bears Packers. Both teams are going to have a battle, but I can say both teams are going to be great for years to come. I hope so. Stephanie, just want to have a few words about last night. Just a few. Amethyst fire. Good luck against the Bears. Hope to see you play my Cowboys in Dallas. Hashtag our year. Yup, we'll see. Giggity tour, and with Brock sitting, Love can be second in TDs. Bees with a fire. Tom, one day I truly hope to build enough self-esteem to have a high level of false confidence that the Bears fans do. It takes years of practice. Gregory, my Bears win on Sunday. I apologize in advance for the way a-hole fans act. They do not represent all of us. Bear down. Oh, no, it's all good. It's all love. I'm going to poke Bear fans all the time because they're the ones that are, it's just clockwork every time. Oh, we're going to beat you. They don't. And so then we circle back around until the next time we play. We're like, oh, we're good. No, we didn't do it again. And it just go round and round. And then the off season comes in. It's like, look at all these weapons. Look at all these things we got. We can't lose now. And then they lose again. Or, oh, we got a new head coach this time. It's going to be different. And then they lose again. So one of these days, they'll be right. I just hope it's not Sunday. Necro, we're 20. Let's get this out of the way. What did Otto do? Did he replace Vince's gun? Did he shoot Tim during the chaos? Was Tim even shot? Do you plan for Ed to learn of Otto's deception right before they have to fight in week 18? So there's a lot there. I'll give you some things. Nobody replaced Vince's gun. Vince's gun is a fake. Now, will everybody believe him? No. And will everyone be level-headed enough to check the gun? Also no. So, second thing, was Tim even shot? You'll see on that. He was wounded, I'll tell you that much. And I plan for Ed to learn of Otto's deception? Yes. I wanted them to learn basically like right before the season ended if they were both in the playoffs. So this is also where I have to have some faith in like the football gods here, because it would be legitimately perfect. And I'll say it right here. If the Browns face the Ravens in the AFC Championship, I will do the Saga all the way up past the championship. So there you go. Because that storyline has so much potential. There's a lot that I want to happen with it. And I'm willing to kind of be like, okay, I can let everything else happen and do this longer so that storyline can play out. Because for me, I could end the series next week. That could be the series finale, put a bow on it, and I think it would be really, really satisfying. However, the only issue becomes, let's just say the Steelers don't make the postseason, or let's just say like something happens. I don't want to continue a saga just to continue it. I only want to do it if it makes sense story-wise. I think it's warranted to extend it a couple weeks, so at least one more after next week. It's just going to be how are the cards going to fall and our teams going to be playing each other that are within the house that is going to make for a compelling story. So we're just going to have to wait and see, and I don't have answers for that. Rig Bone, Tour Browns may lose, but not the starters. Dogs go bark. Or with a tour, any chance you could do a Lenny monologue tonight? Wasn't planning on it, but you never know. Colts! Fire Saturday Night Live in Indy. You ready to stream by both your first Colts game and first Texans game? I know you in the media hate us. What? Hate us? What? Colts, can I please get some, can I just get like one piece of evidence that I hate the Colts? Just one? Just uno? Just uno? And I'm very excited for that game. Rachel! Don't mind me. I'm just getting fat at the Cheesecake Factory with the fam in honor of Mom's 70th birthday. Also, latest North Saga episode was amazing. Happy freaking fracking 78th birthday. Mama half. Let's go. Let's go. I'm streaming, though. I'm streaming the game on Saturday. I'm streaming the Colts-Texans, or Texans-Colts, excuse me. Then I'm doing Bears-Packers. Then I'm doing the Sunday night game. Justin with Terror for the official end of the season. Let's give props to Lions and Packers. Draft class. Seems like everyone in the first round's a massive hit. Great teams for years to come. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, no, they scored big time. 100%. And, like, we talk about Brian Branch, and the Packers still could use some help in the secondary. But getting Jaden Reed, and he's such a dynamic player, I mean, I'm cool with that. Tim with a fire. Can't put my finger on it. For some reason, wink. The Saga has me wanting to reach out to my own Papa Kaka. Brilliant stuff. Hey, I appreciate you. Let's go. I've had... during the West Saga, I'll never forget this. I think it was a DM. During the West Saga with Grandpa Cardinal, I was getting messages from people that were saying, like, this made me reach out to my grandparents. I was like, damn. All right, we rocking. Charlie at a fire. Tom puts way more effort in dialogue in one lore episode than George Lucas did on the entire prequels dialogue. Well, that's just facts, too. Great storyteller. Terrible dialogue. Jam with a fire. Time for the Raiders, and you trade for a QB rather than drafting one. Who's a better fit, Fields or Murray? Murray's going to cost you more because he has some good guaranteed money in there. Fields has potential, so I feel like you know what you have in Murray, and I don't know how well he would do on that offense. Fields is kind of in the same boat, but you can build around him. So I would say Fields just for the potential ceiling. If you wanted a vet right now, you would go with Kyler, but I don't think they're moving on from Kyler. I mean, Gannon said he's their number one. Ghost! Happy New Year! Glad 23 is behind me. Good riddance. There we go, Ghost. Happy freaking fracking New Year. Gil! Happy New Year. Thanks to you and the posse for making this past year fun. Any tips for 24 hours in Reykjavik on my way home from London in April? Ooh! There you go. Reykjavik is a cool city. The Blue Lagoon is on the way there, which is like the very popular thing. I have not been. I like the natural springs a lot better. But Reykjavik, like the city itself is just really cool to walk around. So if you have time to do it, yeah, I would just like kind of walk around. There's amazing food there. Just it's a very different kind of feel. So I liked it a lot. King Dork, if I were the fan reactions start, in what order are they? What order completely depends on when they're eliminated from the playoffs potentially. And then they're gonna start next week. So yep, they'll be next week because I can't do them now because the seasons aren't over. Bell with a fire. Finally caught up on the GCU. It was one hell of a ride. It was great to see the way you have evolved. Hell yeah, let's go. That's what I've been happy to see. There's been a lot of people and a lot of comments, whether it's on streams or whether it's just on this, of kind of just like, hey, I went back and watched the lore, And I was like, hell yeah, let's go. It's deep. It's deep. Triple! Will the North be one of the most competitive divisions next year? Next year, yeah. Within the next 2, I think. Like, 2025 is going to be crazy. Theo, if I heard you were a fan of Kingdom Hearts 2, Tom, it's favorite Organization 13 member. Zemnas is pretty awesome. He is. That fight is so much fun, too. That fight is so much fun. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2 was such a great game. It really was. Everyone with a fiver. Is Bull Behind Ref the same as the one that summoned Blood Demon in the past? Was Blood Demon summoned? Ooh. I don't think that was the same bowl, though. I don't believe it was. It'd be a cool Easter egg, but I didn't. And Blood Demon was not summoned for that. Blood Demon was not. Monk with a tenner. Going to Jets-Pats game with the brother for his birthday on Sunday. I'm a Jets fan. He's a Pats fan. Hoping for a Jets win. What could be a last Belichick game, plus a snow and forecast going to be good. Yeah, I hope that game is actually competitive at the end. And yeah, you might have a little bit of a snowy game too. Safe driving, and that should be fun. Janine! Gene wants to know, what are you doing killing off her kid? Suffering with a crazy Ravens fan wasn't enough. What do you have against her? Listen, maybe she should pick up the phone. I don't tell you. Maybe she should pick up the phone, Janine. That's all I'm saying. Bees with a fire. Tom doesn't hate the Colts. He's just scared of what little Strouds will do if they lost this weekend. That is also accurate. Yes. Tristan! With a fire. Tom, you're a teacher. Why does the practice require history majors to know algebra and geometry? Good luck on Sunday. Well, I mean, that's just core classes. You have to, because you should probably know, like, basic stuff before you step in front of a room full of students. That's what I'm assuming. Raul, with a fiver. Oh, I know why the Browns-Ravens are so badass. I just wanted to hear it come out of your beautiful mouth. Quote the Raven nevermore. Michael, opinions on Rock Roman at elimination. I thought, yeah, that's how I think it's going to go, which is crazy. And I never thought that they would do Rock Roman at Elimination Chamber because that's a Mania match. I mean, like, that's the biggest thing you could throw together. But they already sold out a majority of the tickets for WrestleMania, and this Elimination Chamber is in Perth, and I think, like, that's what, a 60, 70,000 seat venue? So it makes sense. Nicholas, 5 Strouds getting new uniforms next year. Do you have a P.O. Box so our representative to the scriptwriter can wear it? Oh my God. Yes, I do. P.O. Box 614, Jefferson Valley, New York, 10535. Tom, if I said that too fast, it's in every description of every video and stream. Appreciate you. You don't gotta do that. I appreciate you. I'm curious what they're gonna look like. Gut! If I'm an Eagles fan and a 76ers fan, should I give up on the Eagles at this point? Ooh, 76ers 714. That's pretty good. Eagles aren't the new Dolphins. I mean, listen, it's not fun for the Eagles right now, but made into the playoffs. You just gotta wait and see. Baby. That's all. Rachel! Which flavor cheesecake should I get? I always wanted the chocolate peanut butter one. I want to try something different. Rachel, I'm literally the worst person to ask. I've never been to a cheesecake factory because I'm pretty sure everything in there will kill me. And I also can't eat cheesecake. So I would have told you chocolate peanut butter. So don't listen to me. Do not listen to me. Kevin! Sorry I lead it to Discord. I was a little too much to handle. I was doing fine. Just let this serve as PSA for everyone to check their well-being. Oh yeah, Kevin, you gotta do what you gotta do, buddy. That's all. That's it. Carolina with a fiver. What's intoxicating in your opinion? In real-life streamers or red pill alpha male gurus? Well, I feel like in real-life streamers can be fine. Again, I don't watch their content. But if you go around talking that you're an alpha male, bro, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Jam with a fire. Pick Green Bay to win. I want them to win and make the playoffs, but a big part of me wants to watch the Bears have a three-way tie at 8 and 9 in the North. No, thank you. JJ, thank you for the $1. I appreciate you. Sky Killer 2, you've seen Iron Claw yet? No, Sky Killer! I want to! And I was gonna go on Thursday! But guess what? I couldn't. I want to. And now, the problem is, I will not have another opportunity until potentially next Thursday, which I can't do anything about it. Cubs! Welcome to the boss. Appreciate you. Ty Guide Fire. Barry isn't the DC in 24. Would you like to see? I'm kind of afraid Barry goes on a run. If they go on a run, Barry stays. I don't think so, unless it's the defense as to the reason why they make a deep playoff run. I already said before, I wouldn't mind a Dennis Allen. A Giro Evero would be fine. But I don't want someone in that same tree that Barry stems from because I feel like it's just outdated at this point. Josh Fire. Tom writes better dialogue than George Lucas. I want to hear a monologue about sand from letting out. Of course. That one guy with a fire. Do you know the Vikings still not eliminated? Correct. They need to win. They need Seahawks, Packers, and Saints to lose. Yep. No, I know. They got like a 3% chance, I think. Eric went at 20. Could please have a repeat of 13. Uncovered wide receiver getting us in the playoffs in the final week. Ooh. Also have a clip with Vince, Love, burying Charles, Fields, Eberflus, Brandon Strip Brothers. I'm burying you, scene. I'm burying you! Just bury him alive. That would make me very, very happy. It's true. Necro with a 20. Also, rewatching Coach Season 5 and noticed something. Remember when I made the Ed Tome parallel? I noticed in episode 5, the speech Ambition gave to Blood Demon in his head. You're the only one who understood. It's a very nice pull, Necro. It's a very, very nice pull. Justin, with terrible I have a feeling Otto has something to do with Janine leaving Ed. Knowing now wouldn't surprise me. Serious question. You think the Eagles bounce back next year? How he seems that good? Yeah, I think they're going to be fine. They have enough talent on their squad. I think they're going to be just fine. J-Chip with fire. Tom, 27 years old. Let's go Steelers. Hope we get to the playoffs, but I hope the best. Favorite championship belt design of all time. Ooh. Winged Eagle. Winged Eagle. Easy. Yeah, it's easy. Jam with a tour. Brandon Staley for Green Bay DC in 24. It wouldn't be the worst, but I don't want it. And I'll leave it at 5. I'm losing my mind because I can't do anything thanks to my shoulder. Any recommendations? Listen, I mean, I don't know what the pain is. Never mind. That's a lie. It's just going to be time. That's the worst part. Time. It's a crappy answer, but Mama Grossi makes me feel anybody. You ain't alone. She's got rough shoulder right now, too. Lucky to fire. Watch Packers hire Ed Donatel. Don't do that to me. Nay. Parker with day 2. Thoughts on injuries? Who plays? It looks like Watson's going to play because they kept him out of practice for 2 days, but it seems like he's going to play. Looks like we're going to have all of our receivers, which is super duper exciting. A.J. Dillon is not playing, though. That has been confirmed. Just to a tour. Bears get Williams or trade away first for a haul? Trade away first for a haul. Yep, I've been on that for a while. Bees, yes, I am streaming Colts Texans. Bees with a fire. Just went full run Swanson on breakfast for dinner. I'm going to pass out before work. Thanks for everything. Happy New Year. Have a good night. Hey, Bees. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Adam 279. Do I watch 279? Did I watch the Barry Sanders highlights against the Pack? Did I watch them? I mean, I was alive during that, so I remember Barry Sanders playing. So, I do. Yeah, is Elimination Chair. It does start at 4:30 in the morning? That's crazy. Guilty! What up, Betty? Boop! For the kitty! Appreciate you, Guilty. No message, anything? Let's go, baby. I appreciate you. History lesson is definitely not this month. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to do 2 members Q&A. Excuse me. Next week will be 1, and then 1 will probably be at the end of January. But yeah, history, hoping maybe February, March. Matthew, all right, let's go Falcons. What will we do if they win the Super Bowl? Play the lotto, because that will be like one of the luckiest things that will have ever happened. So, yeah. All right, hold on 1 second. I need to go because I had to leave the wood stove open for a second. So let me go and put up the flu. Be right back. Be right back! Da, 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 da. The flu has been saved. Also, is this blurry? Everything's so blurry. Can you see? So someone mentioned before, they mentioned that, sorry if this is blinding you. They mentioned this before, that the camera going in and out of, like, focus could be the camera dying. So I did order myself a new webcam just in case. So, shout out. Oh, yeah, you could go right in there. You go right. It's a cavern in there. I could fit a whole olive in there. Cubs win tour. Anthony Neville, Packers lost this Sunday. No. What change do you expect the Packers team besides Joe Barry? Yeah, besides Joe Barry, let's just be very clear. Needs to go. And then changes, I don't think there's going to be too many, to be honest with you. I think Devondre Campbell could potentially be gone. I'm curious what they're going to do at running back. Maybe Jones stays another time if he takes a pay cut. Dylan, I'm curious. I think he's done enough, but it's not going to be a mega contract. And then they're just going to have to address the secondary. They're still kind of limited cap-wise a little bit until 2025. The big question over the offseason is going to be what the heck do they do with David Bakhtiari? That's the one. Necro, Fiverr, saying breaking Antonio Brown signs a 20-year deal with the Packers as a new defensive coordinator. That's fine. He won't make it out of 6 games because he'll do something. So, yeah, it's gone. Oh, I do have a whole ecosystem in here. There's bats that hibernate in there. It's true. Patrick! Return Matt Patricia for Packers DC. No. Don't put that on me. No. Joseph, I have not looked into who that is. I have not looked into draft stuff because I don't need to look into draft stuff right now. I will look into draft stuff as soon as the season's over. Ghost! 13 freaking fracking months. This January's gonna be nuts. Fasten your seatbelts, Grossi Posse. I cannot wait. It's gonna legitimately be awesome. Now, I did go to the P.O. box, and I have a card and 2 packages. So we'll see. Rose! Sure, AB isn't allowed to mess with my teams anymore. Listen to Rose. It's true. Sam with a fire with fantasy over. What other games are there? Waiting for NFL's playoff challenge. I have prize picks. How's Underdog Sports like? Does it have pick'ems? Yep, it has pick'ems. If you do it, use code GPS. True story. Yeah, it's pretty solid. And I'll leave it to her. Don't even think about taking Lou from the Bengals. There you go. Adam with 279. If Bills win, do they play the Fish again next game? It depends on what their seeding is. They could. I think they could, depending on what happens. Rex! If I'm surprised no one is looking at Jim Schwartz to be head coach again. Yeah, they might. They might. It says go Pack go. And there's a little dinosaur on the back. Stern! With a fire, Frank Ryan, the last round's QB to win a title, passed away 87 a few days ago. It's playoff season for Frank. Hell yeah. Let's do it for Frank, baby. Let's do it for Frank. Oh my God, I love this. Do you see this? Do you see this? Stern with a fire. Yep, I appreciate you, buddy. I appreciate you. Nick with a 5. I went to New York City for the first time. Avoided Times Square like the plague. Now I have the plague. Cold, not COVID. At least it's just, okay, at least it's not COVID. Jam with a fire. What are your thoughts about the Nick Wright said about the Aaron A-Rod Kimmel thing? I saw that there was a clip again that I didn't see. I just saw the first clip that made its rounds. I want to say it was last week. And like, it was a good point. I don't know what he said about the Kimmel thing like that. I'm just kind of, I don't care and I don't have to care anymore, which makes me very, very happy. All right, let's see what we got here. Whoa, holy mackerel, we got a lot. All right. Hell yeah for therapy. Let's rock, baby. Let's rock. Oh, the Gatos. Gatos. From Canada. Let's go. Oh, jeez. All right, so 2023. That's it. Yeah, fire 2023 right into the sun. Right into the sun. Yes, with Joe Barry. That works too. That does. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Gotta use code GPS. That's very true. That's very, very true. Hey. Oh, we got a little bit more. Onward Grant. Break Sinclair, Moosey, Nabula. The Nova Bug, Extra Snuggles. I got you. I actually bought them toys today. I did. Muffins are great. Okay, here we go. Now, this is such a nice card, but now here we go. There's still room. You can't argue back. Muffins are great. Room temperature what? It's fine. Rainbow Kitten Surprise is great. Yes. Winterborn, I appreciate you. Thank you very much for taking the time to write that card. It's an amazing card. And even though, obviously you're wrong on some significant things like muffins. But you know what? I can get past the muffins. Room temperature water? No. I don't care what the healthiest water is. This is cold. Just like God intended. Come on now. It's got to be cold. Room temperature. Come on. I appreciate you, Winter. Thank you. Samuel Turry, think Wilson back to the Seahawks? God, no. Parker Tur, currently favorite Packer? Aaron Jones is probably up there. Yeah, probably Aaron Jones. Raul! Please tell my buddy Ryan Thomas the Ravens would destroy the Cowboys if they met in the Super Bowl. Keep grinding time, you're a goat. Hey, I appreciate you, Raul. And yes, that would 100% happen. Yeah, I think the Ravens would absolutely beat the crap out of them. Daniel, after being unemployed for 7 months, I've got a full-time job. Let's go! Currently packing my entire life into 2 suitcases, preparing to do a lot of flying. Let's go, Daniel! Let's go. Congratulations, buddy. That's freaking awesome. That's just gotta be a relief, too. That's amazing. Let's freaking fracking get it. That's amazing. All right, this one just comes from a maze. Timmy with a fire. How far do you think the Bengals will go next year? Depends on what is left of their team, but I think they'll be playoff contending teams. They just got to stop starting so damn late, you know what I mean? They're very slow out of the gate always. Hey, there we go. Anyway, dude made me cry. Timmy got shot last night. Kid with a tour. Who here likes AT&T Stadium mac and cheese? I haven't tried it, but AT&T Stadium was great. Boom. That's from Johnny Rockford. I know that one. Vote Tom Grossi. Let's go. Appreciate you, Johnny Rockford. Thank you, and thank you. Let's go. I'm trying to move to Wisconsin. I'm trying. I'm doing the best I can out here. I can't do it during the season. I want that shirt. Johnny Rockford special. I'm just saying, don't drink water with fish in it. It's true. It's true. It's true. Janine, dear, who was holding the sword with you at St. Jude? Holding the sword. Oh, that wasn't at St. Jude. No, I was so confused. No, that's RBT. That was at the Titan Stadium. No. I was gonna say, I was like, I don't think there was a sword at St. Jude. It was in that episode. That's why. Yeah, no, that was at the Titan Stadium. So, yeah, they plant it in the ground during every game. So. Hey, let's go. History, yeah, I do some history lessons every now and then for Friday Night Q&A. This is from John. In this box. What happened to Jordan Love if the Packers lost? Absolutely nothing. Would still get a contract. Jam would have fired. Next clickbait punishment should be dressed as a muffin and sing the Muffin Time song. I still have to make muffins. But clickbait also hasn't happened, so it has absolved me from some of that. But yeah, don't worry, I haven't forgotten. I gotta do the Tommy DeVito one too. Jake, have you ever been put under before? Being put under for the first time Monday? I'm very nervous. What's being put under like? You go to sleep and you wake up. That's it. I don't like needles. When I went to go, when I got my wisdom teeth pulled, I got all 4 pulled and they put me under. That was the thing I was like dreading the most because I didn't want the IV. So they put the IV in and I was like, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. And then he's like, all right, count down from 10. I'm like, 10, not, pfft. And then I woke up and my teeth were out. So you will literally, that'll be it. Detox! I got it. 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 There's a lot going on in here. Grossi. That is I. That is I. Yeah, so I spent some time in the hospital as a kid a lot, and like birthdays in the hospital, and I got poked and prodded a lot with needles, and yeah, I just did not like them. I did not like them. Tom! What's this about? Before Christmas. Yes, yes, yes. Watching since 2019. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Some of the things I've had for about 20 years. Oh, all right. Jonathan! Done with record collecting for now, because I legit have 3 crates full of records. But Jonathan, that just sounds like you have awesome freaking records, though. That's all. That's it. Let's go. It is Perna. Yep. Yep, Perna. Hey. Let's go. Listen, 30 and 30 part 2. Part 2. Detox, I appreciate the heck out of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh, check the box for a little piece of history. All right. Detox, I appreciate you. Thank you. It also smells really good in here. Like, this box smells very good. Phrasing. Yep. That one's on me. Sean, less than 10 days till I meet Sid and Alex. Thanks for creating this community, Tom. Here's 24 and hopefully fan of the year. Hey, let's go, baby. Let's go, let's go. Detox, you shouldn't have. How did you know? I finally wanted something that matched my skin complexion. I found it. Damn, what they fire out to college at like 6 p.m. tomorrow. Pray I can stay awake through the ride. Going to college sports broadcasting. Hey, let's go! Let's go. Winter! Fire, sorry I wrote so much. Don't worry at all. Thank you, Tom. Much of the mods of the posse and Fire 23 in the sun. Hey, let's go. And thanks, Rachel. Ooh. Titanic minute by minute. Oh, that's pretty damn cool. Oh, is this the person that wrote the Hitler's Last Day minute by minute? I know of that book. All right. All right. I'm about that. I'm all about that. I'm all about that. What we got going on here? Ooh, little wireless sports headphones. This actually would be very, very helpful, especially when I'm plugged into my laptop. I appreciate that. Hold on. Are there headphones in here, though? It sounds... It's not. It's not headphones. It's a freaking hockey puck. Holy crap, it's an actual NHL hockey puck. I was like, this doesn't sound like headphones in here. It doesn't. But hold on. Hold on. Jam was in the hospital with a tenor, for a few things such as 2 hernias and appendix surgery as a kid. Even nurse kept telling me, you have great veins, some of the toughest skin, which make penetration hard. Phrasing. But yeah, no, that's you're just like, thanks so much for that. Keep poking me. This was a puck used in game during the final Whalers season in 96-97 that I caught after it got hit over the glass during a home game at the Hartford Civic Center. That's freaking awesome. Holy crap. Thank you so much. That's freaking amazing. And it says Hartford Whalers on there. That's pretty damn cool. I'm going to put this back in this box. That's pretty damn cool. Bros! Fire PSA for the season-long drafts on Underdog. Results are now up, and any money you won can withdraw. Oh, I'm gonna have to take a... Thank you for that. That's actually really great. And what was your favorite period in American history teach? Post-World War I. Post-World War I easily. Yeah, societal and cultural history. There's so many drastic changes after the First World War. There's so much there. All right, hold on one second. Live? Maybe results at this point. Yeah. Hey, I won $108. All right. Yeah, I won 1 draft, 2 draft, and then all right. I'll take that. All right, what do we got here? Japan. Oh, God, yeah, I know all about this. Oh, 731. Oh, I know all about Unit 731. Oh, yeah. That's going to be a tough read. That one. All about if they tour, this team doesn't exist anymore. Very rare. Oh, I know they don't. I don't. Hey, ESPN the company, the story and lessons behind the most fanatical brand in sports. They must not have met Tom Grossi's brand. Nay. Yeah, raid Tom Grossi's library. That's cool. Oh, I know all about 731. Some styrofoam in here. Super Bowl, the game of their lives, as told by the stars. Hell yeah, Bart Starr's in there. I saw the first name. Bart Starr, let's go. And lead a fire history recommendation, the war between the hemp industry and the logging industry. Ooh. Wouldn't have expected logging. Okay. There it is. This looks like a 90s book. Because I used to have a bunch of these. Hold on, am I right? This is... Where are you? Where are you? No. Mike Ditka wrote the forward. 1988. Damn it, I was so close. I was so close. What we got going on here? Oh my God. I'm so happy I've been wanting to read this for so long. John Moxley's autobiography. I've legit wanted to read this for a while. Let's go. That one. Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. What do we got here? Up and away. Oh. Crazy biz of baseball and the Montreal Expos. We can start doing baseball commentary now. Gil! Did you see the fish tunnel at the Winter Classic? I didn't. I know the Kraken won, but I didn't. Moxley's a wrestler. Awesome. Thank you so much, Detox. This is freaking fracking awesome. Thank you very much for taking the time, and thank you for sending this stuff to me. And some of these I'm very excited for the off-season read. I might read Moxley's book first because I've been wanting to read it for quite some time. Cubs! Went tears out of work for 2 months during ACL tear, but I'm glad to be back at the Grossi posse. Here's a great 24. Also time for fan of the year. Let's go! Very, very glad things are looking better, Cubs. Let's freaking frack and go. Let's freaking frack and go, baby. Come on now. Guilty! With a fitting. Whoop! For the Cape Towns, man. Go back, go. Guilty, I appreciate you. Thank you. And thank you. And Detox, thank you very, very, very much for this. Also, that puck is amazing. This one. Going right on top right there. Put that on a special shelf right there. Appreciate you. Thank you, Guilty. And what if I want great read, I'd recommend Great Lakes Shipwreck Stories. Ooh. All right. Johnny, I did get the shirt. Thank you very, very much, my friend. Greatly appreciate it. It came out really well, Johnny, too. It came out really, really nice. Have I ever rescued Hyrule? Hell yeah, come on now. Detox! Jared, glad you like it. Thanks for being great. Happy 24. Hey, happy 24, Detox. I appreciate you. Thank you. Special attendant, didn't even learn about 731 or the Nanking Massacre in school. Found out on my own. I was horrified. Oh, yeah, no, it's a horrible story. Yeah, World War II between Japan and China is horrific. No, Tara, would you be open to read to the posse stream? I would do a book club. In the off-season, I would 1,000,000% do a book club. Jacob! Hi, Tom. Highly recommend William Scherer's 3-volume biography if you haven't read it. A wonderful look at Middle Americas in the 20s Europe. Oh. All right. I'll take that. Hold on 1 second. Let me just wash the good old hands here. Here's the mail. It never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail. When it comes, I want to wear mail. Appreciate you all. Thank you, and thank you. I would totally do a book club, yeah. I would totally do it. But I would also do it in a way that would teach history. I'd probably do it like the way that I learned history in college from that class I really liked. I'd probably do it like we read like The Sun Also Rises by Hemingway and then talk about how it relates to like World War One. I would 100% do that. Jonathan, their last records, I got our Pearl Jam, 10 and Black Sabbath. Oh my God, yes, let's go. Listen, I'm not the biggest Pearl Jam fan. I don't mind Pearl Jam. Like I like a bunch of their songs. Black Sabbath though, let's go. Let's go. Janine, what if I was there? 30 and 30 video with you and Pastor posing together. Is that the correct way to spell it? Yes, it's spelled like pastor. Is there a video where we're posing together? I know there's a lot when we're in the car. I don't know about together. I'm sure there's pictures though. If you're trying to, are you looking for a picture or a video? I could probably get a picture somewhere. Ray, when will we get a Roman Empire lesson and why men think about it so much? Some mysteries can never, ever be solved. Grab with a $5. A 6 excuse me. Guess who finally got accepted for an exchange year in the U.S. next year? Let's go! You can see an NFL game live? Let's go! Let's go! That's what I'm talking about there. That's what I'm talking about. Congratulations! That's freaking exciting. There it is. There it is. Come on now. A little confused. What happened to the Tim at the end of the last episode? I don't know, but he's bleeding. He's bleeding. Janine, I could try to grab one for you. I'll attempt. I will attempt. SJ, if I was your moment in your opinion that truly turned Japan towards transitioning to a defense-only military? Like not expanding? World War II. I mean, once the bombs were dropped, I mean, the United States had a huge hand in rebuilding Japan. So, yeah, that I would say probably a significant turning point in why that's like there. Is Tim dead? Not yet. Alan, if I would history books, would you recommend? Again, it's nonfiction. I haven't like read like a ton. I read a lot of fiction books to get like the cultural social stuff. But if you want to read like horrifying book, King Leopold's Ghost, that's a big one, I would say. So King Leopold's Ghost, it tells a story about the Congolese massacre, which is like dramatically buried in history for a good chunk of history. That is a horrible, horrible story. I'm trying to think of ones that are like, again, because I do Gatsby, I do Sun Also Rises, Being There. What's the other one that I've done? Oh, Nella Larson's Passing, to talk about kind of cultural history, especially in America, dealing with race is fascinating. James Baldwin, The Fire Next Time, is another great resource for that as well. I have a book upstairs that I've been meaning to crack into that talks about kind of like World War One and how it's related to horror, like horror films. So that's also a good one too. Yeah, but it's also very niche. Ghost, what if I was today's Packers fact from the calendar you got for me? Oh, I haven't even looked at the fact. No, I just been keeping tracks of the days with it. I have it upstairs and I just keep track of the days and I just pull it off of it all the time. I don't even know what the fact was today. Ghost, I don't, I'm just like, all right, it's this day. And it just helps being like, okay, what day is it? Audrey, they tour. What happened to my boy, Tim? You'll see. You will see. Cubs with Fire with the book club. And you being a former teacher, would you like book reports from us? God, no. I would never make you do that. No. Definitely not. Jordan went up, Fitty! For the kitty. Holy crap, Tom. Just watch the North Saga. How is it more engrossing than the recent MCU? I think that's more of an insult to the MCU than a compliment for me, but I get it. Great work. Back to pack. What's the most important keys to victory? Listen, I appreciate you, Jordan. Thank you. Yeah, I busted my tail. It's the script. I think it's legitimately one of the best scripts I've ever written. I'm really, really proud of this script. So I appreciate you. Packers keys to victories. Don't let Justin Fields run all over you. And limit like Montez Sweat and what the pass rush of the Bears are doing. It looks like Johnson is doubtful for the game though, so that's actually a really big help for the Packers. But yeah, as long as Jordan Love can stay upright, I would establish the run with Aaron Jones and probably Reed too, because Dylan's not playing. And yeah, just the biggest thing is gonna be containing Justin Fields and DJ Moore, which is easier said than done, but they did it week 1. Guilty of Terra. I missed the Go Pack Go. Go Pack Go, baby. Let's get it. Ray, wait, did you get to the history book I sent? Which one, Ray? I have a bunch of them. They are currently sitting in a pile in order of which to be read. So not yet. No, I have not. Because last offseason, I had, you know how many books I read last offseason? Because I went on 30 and 30 and then I did coach. So hoping with some vacation that changes this year. Nix, if I ever read any Eric Larson, interesting nonfiction, Thunderstruck's about the invention of the wireless. Ooh, how it helps solve a murder. I have not. That name sounds very familiar, though. Special to Fire. One of my favorite things to do is read about Rasputin. That's, yeah, some crazy stuff. That's some crazy stuff. Appreciate you, Bills Rock. Let's go. Let's go. SJ with a tenor. Reason I say this for a long time. Japan shut down standing military and adopted a doctrine of not being the first aggressor. I wonder if it's stuff like Unit 731 played a role in that. Well, it's also kind of fitting with the time. There's a lot going on with Japan. Like, Japan's history in of itself is fascinating, especially with the way that they deal with Western expansion and attempts to kind of get into the country itself, and like the laws that were passed to try and reduce that as long as possible. Because China tries to do the same exact thing, and then opium wars happen, which kind of makes it difficult to do. But yeah, I would say in terms of like where they are now, the end of World War II definitely signals that shift. Jordan with a $5. Let me know when the Saga strip goes up for charity auction. Ooh. This would yeah, this one might stay in the pocket here. We'll see. You know what, the thing I'm upset about the most is that because I didn't know like it would go that long. It's the coach. I still don't have, I think, a bunch of the Coach Season 1 scripts. I think I gave away one of those though. AJ, what up, baby? Boop for the kitty. Appreciate you, AJ. Thank you, and thank you. Byron, I went to undergrad was SUNY New Paltz, online was Concordia. Drew, if I forget how much you've grown in the past year, do you still consider yourself a Packers channel or more a general NFL run by a big Packers fan? I think it depends. I think that over the years, I've definitely leaned more into general stuff. Because if you watched a lot of my old stuff, like, dude, the Packers would sign like a third string corner to the practice squad, and I have a video out in 10 minutes. I don't do that anymore. And just because it was even Packers fans were like, I don't care. They're like, we don't care about that. So I still think there's Packers driven content. Like, of course, there's post games, and usually there's not these past 2 weeks, but there's usually reactions for it. So I would say probably more NFL centric, but run by a Packers fan and still has like that foundation there. So, Colleen, would you like more candles? Speaking of books and such, I can get you more candles from the company. So here's the thing I'm glad you asked that, Colleen. I still have all of those candles because I like them so much. I don't want to burn them. I was literally looking at I was looking at the gas people. I was looking at them and I was like, I don't want to burn them because they're too nice. So I don't think I do unless they're like super cool. And then I'll just keep them to like look at, because I literally just like looking at them because they're cool. Taylor, thank you for the $5. Appreciate you. Thank you. Let's see. Movie with a tour. Favorite NFL playoff games minus the Pack and the Super Bowl. My favorite Super Bowl besides like Packers stuff was the Titans and Rams, and then playoff game, Bills Chiefs, of course, is gonna be classic. That one's standing out right now in the last few years. That's been really, really good. So not involving the Packers. Like even the 49ers Seahawks game, that championship game was pretty crazy. Yeah, that one was pretty good. Taylor, thanks for the membership. Appreciate you. SJ to fire. Rah, rah, rah. Rasputin, lover of the Russian queen, and practically everyone else that moved in Russia. True. That is very, very true. Appreciate you, Bills Rock. Steve Winnetary, hey, Tom. Realize the Vikings win, Green Bay loses. Green Bay will be in third place, and next we play third place of the East, and that's good old Jets return to Lambeau. Yep. And people were looking at that, and I was like, nope, I don't care. I want to make the playoffs. Olga, hey, Tom, quick question. Can you say go Vols? Go Vols. Do it up. Guilty of the tour. Missed the Go Pack Go again. What? I did it. I hit the button. Olga! Thanks for getting membership. I appreciate you. Hey, Luke, what's going on? Good to see you. David, fellow filmmaker here. Oh, hell yeah, let's rock. I've always wondered how you film the sagas by yourself. I'm impressed with the script writing. It's been fun to watch. Hey, I appreciate you. Yeah, for the most part, it depends. Like, I actually shot this one differently than I usually do. So usually I just record character by character, in which, all right, let's just say it's Vince. Whether he's upstairs, downstairs, garage, upside down, don't care where he is. I'll do every single scene, move the camera, do all that stuff as Vince, and then that'll be it. But because of this episode was particularly difficult to shoot because there's multiple scenes. So the stuff I had to do first, because I needed to make sure that the timing was right, is I needed to shoot all the garage scenes first. And it was freaking cold. So I went out there, I shot the stuff with Ref, I shot the Blood Demon stuff, I shot the Lionel stuff, and I shot the Vince stuff. And I literally did it in order. I was like, all right, Ref will do his first, boom, boom, boom. I had to do a couple different angles from there, got that. Then I did Vince was next, and my neighbors were taking down a tree and they had a wood chipper going, and you can hear it a couple times, and I was just like insane. So I did Vince then, and then after that was Lionel, because I got to then put on a suit so I was a little bit warmer, and then I did Blood Demon. Then when I was inside, I shot the ref stuff upstairs, then with Vince as well, just to have that lighting be similar. So I shot that. Then after that, I went downstairs and did Tim upstairs pre-meeting, because he's in that scene. Then I did Tim downstairs. Then I did Steve downstairs. Then I went upstairs and did Ed, and then Otto, or Otto, then Ed, doesn't really matter. Then I did the North scene between Lionel, Charles, and Randall. Then from there, I shot all of it, because in that case, it was dark, because I wanted it to be a little bit darker. So I shot it. It was dark, and then I could just do basically an exaggerated if the NFL was scripted episode, because I got really good with placement and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, now I could just do this all as Vince, boom, 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 boom. The problem was, and here's a little bit of a fun fact. So there's two moments where I went and I had to reshoot. So at that point, I had been working on this video for like, I wrote it till 2 a.m. and then I started shooting all day Wednesday, and then I wound up doing GPS 2, and I just film. I stopped for a hot second, and I actually edited the first, like, the opening between Vince and Ref. And then after I edited that, I went upstairs, I shot the rest of the whole house meeting, shot all that stuff, came back down and was like, okay, cool. Like, I'm done for the night in terms of filming. I'm going to relax. I threw my hood up. Like, I got super comfy in a comfortable hoodie, popped a vitamin, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to rock. And as soon as I go, I'm like, crap. I cut to the meeting between Lionel, Charles, and Randall in the living room, and it shows the kitchen doorway. And I realized I had to reshoot because the original shot of Tim was in the kitchen doorway. So I was like, you gotta be kidding me, man. So I'm sorry, it wasn't from that meeting. It was from the first interaction of them, like when Vince is kind of grilling all of them before the big meeting. And Tim's in that scene. And so I had to reshoot Tim's scene. I was like, okay, cool, that's done. And I edit all that, edit. And then I get to the scene where it's the intro to the house meeting and you're showing every single character. And so I got like Vince, and I love the way that goes. There's barely any dialogue. It's Vince of just like, what do you know? And you just pan around to every single character. And there's already been established that Randall might crack. And the last person I got to, which was like 8 of 8, like that was it. The last character I had to was Lionel. And I shot them, like the Vince part was like a 20-minute section of raw footage. And the rest of the characters were anywhere between like 8 and 15 minutes. So if a shot is messed up, it's messed up for the entire time, because unless I move the camera and refocus, whatever, it was done. So Lionel, the entire thing of Lionel for that whole episode was all out of focus. And I was furious. And at this point, it had been like an hour and a half. I'm chilling with some vitamins, and I was like, crap. Okay, my hair's all messed up. My eyes are a little bit bloodshot. I have to do this because I can't edit this without it. So in order to, because I was fine, I was just like, my eyes were red. So I was like, okay. So what I did was shot it at an angle where the scene is a little bit darker. And I actually really like this, the way that I placed it. And I stood that it was half against the wall and half against the red brick. Because when you look at the brick, you couldn't see that my eyes were red. So because of that, it actually blended in really nicely and created this like nice effect. And I was able to then shoot the entire thing. But I had to shoot all of Lionel's scenes during the house meeting like that again. So I had to do that completely. And it wound up working out because you have this face-off literally where you see a side profile of Vince and Lionel. And it worked out well. But Yeah, like that's the kind of stuff that you have to deal with sometimes, and I did not want to deal with that because I had to shoot stuff again, and that sucked, but overall, I think it came out really well. And then I edited it till about like 2:15 in the morning, and then I was like, okay, now this is starting to suffer because like I'm missing things. Jonathan, just watch the NFC North reaction for 17th. Kitty isn't going meow no more. No more. No more. Ludicrous. Friday this afternoon, I got an email from NASA job, was not selected. Damn it! Sorry, buddy. Things gotta keep trying. Anyway, Dov Kleiman hacking X account funny stories. Funny. Yeah, just garbage. Just garbage. Garbage. Lucas, I'm sorry about that, man. Listen, there'll be other opportunities, you know, for you to be able to even get this far. And I'm sorry. Like, maybe this is just me. And I know probably feeling a little bit down right now. But you got an interview with NASA. That's, like, you talk to somebody from NASA. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Not a lot of people can say that. So, I know we didn't get the result we wanted, but keep that head high. Chromosome with a tour. Hey! It's hey. Oh. Jackson with Terror, what do you think happens with Russ and the Broncos? Does he stay or not? If nowhere else, where do you think he ends up? I think he's going to get released. He won't get traded because I don't think anyone's going to trade for him. But he'll end up on a team that needs him. Like, if they don't get a QB during the draft, or if they want to, like, you know, have him sit behind a guy. Have the draftee sit behind Russ. I could see him going to the Falcons. I could see him going to the Commanders. Could potentially be the Patriots, but I think they're just going to draft somebody. Guy, if I was going to ask if you put a little sign to remind you where every character is placed. So, if you recall, there is an episode of Scripted where I'm sitting on the couch and there's a Cowboys jersey that's sitting next to me that I forgot to take out. So I actually had to go back and write in, I didn't write, just improv, a line of dialogue after I was done editing. I had to go in and shoot another thing. I just be like, is that a Cowboys jersey? They don't need it anyway. They're not going to show up. And it worked. But what I do for Scripted is I take the jerseys and I lay them out ahead of time. Because when I'm writing the script, I already know where I want everybody, because at this point, I know every single inch of this house because I've filmed in every single inch of this house. So I know where I wanted characters. I was like, okay, these eye lines, like so I need Steve to be directly across from Vince, so he's staring straight forward, so that when Blood Demon appears, he's going to be in front of him. But then I needed to figure out, okay, how am I going to shoot Blood Demon, but he needs to be blocking every other character that's in the shot. So for example, Charles is in the back right, and then Steve is located like right here. So I had to block enough of the camera that it still looked good as Blood Demon, but you couldn't see past Blood Demon, so you could see Steve and Charles, because obviously they're not there because I'm playing all of them. So yeah, it is very complicated. It is very complicated, but I've now done this for years, so you just get good at it. SJ20, what's the most interesting historical character that doesn't get talked about? Oh, Cicero. Oh, Cicero gets talked about, but all right, without him, we wouldn't have half of what we know about the Roman Empire, and he was quiet force in Roman politics. That's 100% accurate. Yeah, no, we know a lot about Rome because of him. Most interesting historical character. That's a great question. The thing is, like, there's a million answers. It just depends on what part of the world and what time period you want to focus on. But you're saying just, like, kind of an underrated... I mean, he gets talked about a decent amount, but I would say, like, Richelieu from France kind of, like, sets up the stage unwillingly for absolute monarchy in France. Like, he kind of sets the stage for Louis to come in, like Louis XIV to do it, because Richelieu's kind of, like, pulling the strings for a while, and then Louis comes in and comes of age and is like, all right, I'm done with you. So I'd say that, because that kind of, like, sets off a whole bunch of chain reactions throughout Western Europe. Obi to Fire. Otto vs. Ed looks like an awesome match up. Same with Lionel vs. Otto and Redemption Bowl. 2 of the 0-16 teams. I'm so excited for playoffs. I cannot wait. I am streaming tomorrow. Yes, I'm streaming the Titans Colts game. Granted, I saw that. Yep. Total tackles, 21-2. Yep, third this year. No Pro Bowl. Why people like a couple more sacks over respecting the best tacklers? Listen, the reason being is because, and I said this on GPS, ever since fan voting came into the Pro Bowl, it's a popularity contest. So I just don't care about it. And listen, I'm all for, you know this, I don't have to justify, but like all about fans having voices, access to the game, 100. But it does get diluted when it becomes a popularity contest, because if they're just like someone's favorite player, they're gonna make it in, you know? So that's what it is. I know it hurts for being a fan of the player. All pro means a lot more. So if you're going on the all pro squad, Ghost Twitter, going on a Zoom meeting in about 5 minutes. I'm going to use a brand spanking new laptop microphone. However, I'm going to miss minute 69. Not nice, but it's what it is. Later on. Hey, hope that Zoom meeting goes well. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I do think the Bills will beat Miami. I do have them winning. I do. I do. Nicole Switz, I know you're not big on college football. The University of Washington is in the Natty. Go Dogs! Be the first legit championship in program history. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That's freaking awesome. That's freaking awesome. Seriously, you should consider doing a reaction to every NFL team and their division. Well, I mean, I did that. It's all done. I did that. 2020 was the East, like both of those divisions. Then 2021 was the West. 2022 is the South. And now it's the North. It's all done now. I appreciate you, Logan. But yeah, that's all. That's all. Desire's monologue at the end of the most recent episode supposed to line up with the events going on in the house at the same time. It lines up so well. Yup, and yup. Also, I'm sorry. Can we talk about real quick that Desire monologue? Can we just... I'm editing this and I'm like, damn, I'm starting to like tear up a little bit. Like I'm starting to tear up a little bit. Random what they fired. Who do you think is the most clickbait team in the league? Also, what team do you think has the most least fans? Chargers fans gets a lot of crap from that. But I think it's tough in LA too. Rams are up there also. Like, it doesn't say their fans don't exist, but they're a little bit smaller. A lot of small market teams like the Panthers and stuff like that. They'll be on that list. Cardinals, it's pretty tough too. I would say Washington for a while because you had your diehard fans. A lot of them became Ravens fans or just stopped watching because of Snyder, and now we're starting to come back, and I'm so happy for Washington fans because they deserve it. There's some great fans there. Clickbait might be Dallas or something, or maybe throw the Chargers on there just because they have an amazing social team. Knicks with a fire. When you move the house, you will be famous. This is where Coach was filmed, kind of like Mork and Mindy house in Boulder, Colorado. I've seen it. I don't know if it'll be that, but can you imagine a fan bias? Mallow at Tour of the Rock or Cody versus Roman Reigns for Mania? I mean, personally, I'd like to see The Rock because I'm gonna be there, but yeah, that's just me. Either one will be fine. Delivery's auto gave me chills. That psychopathic he's become. Well, freaking done. Well, that's actually so one of my favorite scenes in that past episode. I know we're just talking about lore, and I love it. One of my favorite scenes is the scene where Ed starts to realize who Otto is. Because throughout the entire episode, he keeps on reaching out to Otto. And the first scene with them that it's in the kitchen. And I wrote it this way. So, hold on. I never watched Big Bang Theory. I've seen like a couple scenes, but never really stuck with me. Where was it? Because how I wrote it was like very interesting. Luke, I had to reshoot the whole thing, so if anything, it's gonna happen during the off season. Okay, so yeah. So how I wrote that. So first of all, obviously, like you have the happy music, and then it changes, and then it slows down completely. And it gets slower and slower throughout the scene. But I realize, Ed, Otto, do you think Vince is dangerous? Otto, like, thinks about it. I do. Then there's a close-up. Do you think that he would hurt someone? Close-up of Otto. Yes. And I have, like, an asterisk. I say, like, more like a hypnotizing kind of trance. Because it's like, Otto realizes that this is another way to manipulate his brother and to potentially cause more chaos. If he's automatically against Vince, Ed might do something. So it also will keep Ed's attention on Vince and not Otto. So I love that scene because it kind of like sets a stage for that. But during that scene, there's a moment where Ed kind of says, I also got you too. Because the whole journey of Ed this season, like Ed was pretty damn unlikable, like in the beginning. And that's just a continuation of his character from that skit from 2020. And as time goes on, I mean, like he belittles Otto, he belittles Tim, like every single chance that he gets, boom, 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 boom. And then as time goes on, like he experiences significant loss and all this stuff, but he kind of comes full circle and goes like, oh, like I got your back too. And as soon as he says that, music stops. And there's a part like that I wrote for it. Hold on. No. That's the zoom out. Okay. So Ed going, if anything happens, I got your back too. Otto seems surprised and then says, at the end of the day, we're family. I think he just says we're family in the actual episode. And I wrote an asterisk, Otto is human for a moment. And then he goes, and the same goes for Steve, of course, too. And as soon as he mentions Steve, music comes back on. Because it's basically like Otto going back into, like, oh, I'm back. Like, Ed reached for a second, and then it gets pulled away once you bring up Steve because of his feelings towards Steve. So there's that, but the scene that I really like that gets set up during the house meeting is when Ed realizes Otto lied to him. And there's that scene, I love it so much because it's kind of like, oh, the rest of the house has no idea, but Ed, of all people, who is wearing raven wings, right? And you would say is probably the most like out there character, is realizing, oh, not only like this is who my brother is, he's dangerous. And while that scene is going on, you hear the sound effect of the fire crackle. That was from like the big reveal of Otto. But the bigger part that I love is when Ed is staring at Otto and there's a flashback, and it's not the flashback where Ed is talking to Otto, but it's a flashback of Otto sitting in front of the fire looking very menacing. And that, in my sense, was like from Ed's perspective of being like, oh, like oh no, he's bad. Like he legitimately is dangerous. And like he's planned, at least to some degree, of course he doesn't know as much, he's planned to some degree of like what's going on. Now, he doesn't know the extent of it, but I mean, week 17 ends in a place where every single character knows about the blood demon now. And that is going, like, you can't put that back in the box, right? He can't snap his fingers and everybody forgets again. That's not how that works. And even so, like, and that's alluded to because Otto's like, you can't do anything to me anymore. So, like, that's alluded to. So there's a lot going on, and the aftermath of what has happened from this episode is going to kind of carry into week 18. Sorry, there was a lot going on there. Python, we tired two things. It's funny how Vince said the gun wasn't real when you needed one to fire a blank round. And two, any chance Ed tries to call Lionel Timmy due to Tim no longer being around if they go deep. Don't worry. I got plans for that. I got plans. Don't worry. There needs to be a scene or two for Ed and Timmy. Great man with a Terry Chips Cat Williams interview with Sharp. Again, I only saw one clip. I'm hearing a lot of people talk about it, though. Elliot Fire, is Timmy like dead or on the beach? Well, he's not dead yet, if he's going to die. But he's not dead yet. So, not yet. But to answer your question, I told you to have this answered. Ref is not going to the beach. Nay. SJ Retainer, how much fun do you have writing the Strouds in? It's gotta be fun, but also frustrating, because how do you one-up what crazy thing they're gonna do next? Easily one of my favorite characters. No, it's funny. I think I've told this on stream before, too. It was a Christmas episode. Yeah, it's a Christmas episode. I wrote the whole script, and I didn't really know of an ending. And I was like, wait a minute. I didn't put the Strouds in. Like, I have to put the Strouds in, because if I don't, people are gonna be upset. And I was like, good. And then I put that little, like, note at the end of the president stuff, and it worked out really, really well. So no, I love it so much, and I don't really even feel like it's a need to one up, because I kind of started with the most outrageous thing you could possibly do, and that was blow up the moon. And then it started just becoming personal. It's like, oh, now I'm going after your car. Oh no, now I'm going after your house. And now it's come full circle where it's literal character development, where now he's telling the scriptwriter what to do. So I just love like the evolution of the character more than the moments that they're creating. Ethan, speaking of clickbait, when's the next episode? Missed you guys dunking relentlessly on Scooter. Yeah, so the first, these past 2 weeks, we just haven't had time. 2 weeks ago, I forget, I think it was just like everybody. This week, there was no way I could do it. I had to take Mama Grossi to the doctor, like I said, and then I also had to finish this up. So, hoping to be back next week. Winter! Woodfire, you become so good at showing subtleties on your face. Wonderful acting, Tom. Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, that's something I've really looked to do, and you see that a lot in Coach Season 5. I've talked about that a bit too. I really like showing and not telling. And I like where if I can have a scene with no dialogue and I could still express the exact same thing that I'm trying to, I'll take it every time. So for example, like I think one of the best, like I guess portrayals of that is in this last episode where there's no words that are said. Vince literally like is going around the room and is like looking at everyone, and then the camera goes to Randall, and like you see him kind of like shaking a little bit, and then Vince just like, and then there's just that tension. No words need to be said. The only thing that gets said is like Charles goes over and goes, Randall, like this tiny little soft Randall. But like that's also what happens with Ref and Vince and why that needed to be in there, because you see Vince and you see Ref in a very different light than you have seen them all season. And that is going to hopefully allude to a conversation that's going to happen between Lionel and Vince later. But even that little bit at the end where like Ref goes like, goodbye, sir, because he's so used to that. But then like at the end, it's like Vince. Like it's like very soft, very subtle, but like that is, I think, a great moment that demonstrates what their relationship is and where they are now. JC, how long does it take to write a certain Coach Saga episode? It completely depends. I mean, I've done some that are, I missed minute 69. I'm so sorry. Appreciate you. Nice, folks. Nice. I got caught up in lore. It depends on like what it is. I've done improv ones where I don't write a single thing of script. There's been a few of those. The Nightmare is on there. Last week's episode, not this week, but last week's episode's on there. There's a few that I'll do completely improv. It completely depends on what the episode is. So there have been episodes that have taken me days to write. The Love is one of those. I need to be in a very certain headspace to write that episode. So I can't write unless like I'm ready to write. And a lot of times deadlines force me to. But to write a good script, I think this one took me probably about like 4 hours, something around there. Like 3 or 4 hours, I think. And usually I write the script, I shoot the same day, I edit the same day. And it just takes all day to do. But Nick's Artura, that mysterious grin when someone asks a good question. Kelsey! 6-9 minute warning. SJ Artura, Stroud's are low-key the real scriptwriter now. True story. True story. Chris with a fire. Cardinals fan here. Please embarrass Justin Field and show him the door. Force him to pick Caleb so we can get MHJ. I got you. Vito! Artura, pick a score. Bills, Dolphins, and TDs by Josh Allen. I think 2 TDs by Josh Allen. I think they'll get a couple from James Cook. But yeah, 2 TDs, and then I think it's going to be like a 31-24 game. Bills win, I think. Pierce. Minute 69. Brad with a 10. Hey, Tom. Think Joe Barry has a shot to save his job? If not, you have a couple coordinators in mind that you'd like them to get. Again, I could use a Dennis Allen, a Giro Evero would be cool. Just no one from the tree that Barry's on right now. But yeah, I don't think so. Unless they make a deep playoff run and the defense completely like doesn't about face, I think he's gone. Let's see. RV, if they fire excited for Sunday's game. Time to own the Bears and one more time Turtles. I am excited because again, we're playing with house money. And if we win, it's incredible. So yeah, I'm excited. Jocelyn, Whittaker, love your content, Tom. And I made the Packers my favorite NFC team now. Curious why Perna has been hating on your Packers first, rooting for the Seahawks in his power rank. Is now Bears something happened? Oh, no, nothing now. That's just Perna being Perna. That's just Perna being Perna. Matthew, Tour, do you watch college football? I do not. No, I have no time to. I have zero time. Like, this is literally 7 days a week. I don't stop. So, yeah, no, that is just a time thing. I also have, like, sat down to watch, and I don't think the product's that great. The ones that I've watched. And I get it. People can like it. That's not me crapping on it or crapping on people liking it. It's just not my thing. Yeah, with Turo, there'll be more episodes after week 18. Yes, there will be at least one. There will be at least one. Now, again, it could go further, but it depends on how long teams stay in it. Because I'm not going to drag it out just to drag it out. Because there are certain scenes that I need to have happen. And they can happen even if like teams don't face off against one another. I can have the Lionel and Vince conversation without them facing off. It'd be better if they did, but I can have it without them doing it. I could have a conversation in the scene that I need with Ed and Otto, and I don't necessarily need them to play one another. It would just be effing amazing if they did. Like, it would just be perfect. So, that's it. That's it. Yeah, so there'll be at least one more episode. And again, I could end the entire thing next week. It'd be a really long episode. Probably won't come out till Thursday again, but I could. But I think the good news is, well, here's the issue as well. If the Packers lose on Sunday, that creates some problems because then Lionel's the only one left in the NFC, And so then it's really just the AFC. So like the best scenario for me for the story would be Packers win, Steve gets into the playoffs too, and then from there I can make it work. If not, I'll still make it work. But Python Fire, last question for me about the lore. Twice now, Lionel's had to zoom in on his right hand. Is there lore about it, or is it yet to be revealed? Oh, that's easy. So yeah, the first scene that you saw with it, it was showing that the suit did not fit. And then the second one shows that the suit fits. So that's a callback from the very first scene of the very first episode from the off-season episode where he's looking and the suit doesn't fit. And then the second time he looks, it fits better. So that's it. That's it. Austin with a fire. Not to be political, but who in your opinion is the most underrated historical world leader and who's the most overrated? Ooh, I don't think that's too political. I think you're good. Most underrated historical world. So it's not just US. Damn. That's a good question. Overrated is Woodrow Wilson, just because I hate Woodrow Wilson. I hate Woodrow Wilson. And the fact that I actually had to learn about the 14 points and him in school, I still hold it against him. So I don't even care if he's like just not even overrated. I just hate him. So there you go. Underrated? See, I don't want to be US centric. Maybe Fritz from the Prussian Empire. Yeah. Fritz was kind of like broke the lineage of leaders in Prussia that were like very, you can't even say totalitarian because they're not. No, it's more just like military based, what have you. And he was more into like books and literature and things like that and kind of introduced the arts a bit into Prussia and kind of like let that flourish. And it kind of changed the dynamic. So he just doesn't really get talked about a lot, except he's kind of a throwaway in a lot of curriculums. So yeah, I talk about him a little bit in AP Euro. Next with a fiver, saying, buttons, any story history of the Go Pack, Go chant, and music. Also, can you turn up the volume on it just a little? That one better. Any story history on it? I mean, it's been a chant for a very, very long time. I honestly, personally don't know the story behind, because I actually have, I have the actual lyrics to like "Go You Packers Go" in a box. It's like it's from, I want to say it's like 21 or something like that, maybe something like that. I have it though. Not 21. I'm so sorry. I think it's 31. Might be 1931. But it was written by, oh my God, I like had it there. The dude is from Milwaukee. I don't remember his name off the top of my head. But yeah, he like wrote it for the Packers. Yeah, I don't remember who wrote it though. It's 31. The guy was definitely from Milwaukee. I forget who it was. Yeah, I have it. I have like the actual piece of it. Guillotine fires. The reason ref's not going to the beach because he's a construct, a tool, a thing. Yes. He's a piece of blood demon. Yep. SJ Turner, do you ever have a writer's moment where you could picture your characters being real, almost like they're their own living, breathing personality in a way that's separate from yours? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's easy though. The best performances I'll do are ones where I can get lost in the characters. And it's like a double-edged sword because the most outrageous characters, I have a really easy time getting into because like it just allows me to act. And then there's the other ones, of course, like stuff that like hits close, that it's like more personal for coach stuff. So like I've said this, and I've shown actually the clip, the Wildflower episode where he talks to Grandpa Cardinal in the West. Like I actually was crying like while I was doing that because that's what needed to happen in that scene. But like I'll write in there and be like, oh, like starts getting emotional and crying. There's a good amount of times where I just don't because like I'm just like exhausted or burnt out and I just can't, I'm like not in that headspace. But when it all comes together, that's when it's like really, really good. So it's a good question though. It's a really, really good question. Wrigley Tour, Tom, fear the Bears. They beat the Browns and almost won. Faced the Browns and almost won. All right. Carl with a fire. I saw Iron Claw. What a film. Kevin and Eric went through it. Dude, the whole family went through it. It was The success of McAfee Drew moving from YouTube to ESPN, would there be a chance you and Perna could be asked to do GPS for them, and would you take it? Personally, no. I wouldn't. Perna might want to. And And I would let Perna I would never hold Perna back from any opportunity that he'd want to do. I don't really have any interest. I don't mind collabing with some of those networks. I don't mind doing that. But to give up creative control of that, and yeah, no, it's just not something I'm really interested in, to be honest. Happy New Year! If you were a person who would be remembered in history, what would you want to be remembered for and why? And any hope for the Panthers? Hey, Happy New Year, SM. There is hope for the Panthers. You just need to get the right coach, and you need to get a freaking offensive line and offense. That's going to help a lot. What would I want to be remembered for? Being kind. That's it. Don't need to be historical. I mean, I would like one of my, like, I make a movie or something, or like some of the content I create. You know, like that's the thing too. I think a lot of my content that I make is not evergreen. Like a lot of it is very disposable, but I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm saying that as like, I recognize what a lot of my content is. The Lions get screwed over by the refs on the Cowboys. I make a reaction video about it. People are going to care about it for a couple days, maybe. Not a lot of people are going to go back and watch that. Coach, the sagas, that kind of stuff, that, in my opinion, like lives on. People can go back and watch that. People would want to rewatch that. And then I think is, that's the kind of content I like love making. And I like doing reactions, don't get me wrong, because I like to be able to take the feelings of a fan base and as accurately as humanly possible, display them and have them on it for theirs. So I feel like the season reactions, those have a little bit more staying power. But I do a lot of that stuff knowing that, yeah, like, you know, like a week from now or years from now, no one's going to care about this one reaction I did of the Chargers on week 2. But it allows me to then do the stuff that will. And I like that. SJ to fire. Any creative control ESPN would promise you would only be creative control until you do something they don't like. Yeah, I just don't. It's just, again, like I have no interest. Like I was able to do this without sponsors. So like, why am I going to go and like take a bunch of sponsors now? You know what I mean? It's like that kind of thing. Could it help? Sure. Would it allow me to like do more things and make more money? Absolutely. But unless it's something that works super duper well, then I'm not going to go for it. Shout out to Fire. Hey, Tom, what do you think about Jordan Love before the 2020 draft? I was terrified they were going to draft him in the first round because I didn't want a quarterback in the first round. What I knew about Jordan Love is that I think it was 2019, if I'm not mistaken, or 2018. He was really damn good, and then he threw a crap ton of interceptions, and I watched a bunch of his tape. And I was like, all right, like you see it. Like the greatness could be there, but it's inconsistent. And then when he got drafted on the night, like my famous saying is like, give me Queen or give me Mims, because I wanted Patrick Queen or Denzel Mims, because I thought that could help the Packers win now. And then they drafted Jordan Love, and I wasn't entirely surprised. I was just pissed because I didn't want a quarterback there. Now, at the end of the day, like you go back and you watch that stream. I scream into a pile of clothes, and then I go, well, Jordan Love's got a lot of potential, and I talk about him, like, because that's what Jordan Love is. Like he has that potential, and the issue that I had too is like you saw it. And people were like, how do you think Jordan Love's going to do? Can he get the inconsistencies down to a level that are tolerable? And when they started flaring up in the middle of the season, he's throwing a lot of interceptions, what have you. I was like, oh, crap. This is what we saw in college. And a lot of people started ragging on him. But I was like, just got to wait. Just got to wait and hope he figures it out. And he figured it out. Hotel California. We're at Terrace. Sorry, discussed this already. I just got here. All good. See the billboards on the expressway around Detroit saying Decker reported? Yep. Hey, listen, you got a banner now. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Salt Lake Tour, what 8 teams have taken Jordan Love? That's the rumor. That's the rumor that there's definitely other teams that were interested in him. I mean, there was talk that he could go before Justin Herbert did. Like, that's not me making it up. Like, there was a good amount of talk that he could go, like, within the top 10, and he didn't, so. You know what happens? It happens. No one knows who made those billboards. That makes it even better. See, like, Lord, that's the thing. It's not like, that's why people are like, oh, do you regret your Jordan Love reaction? No, because that's how I felt at the time as a fan. It was never him personally or his style of play. I just didn't want a quarterback at that spot because we just went to the NFC Championship, though we lucked our way there because we definitely overachieved in 2019. But I was like, all right, how are we going to do that? And then they drafted A.J. Dillon, and I was like, oh, come on, man. Then they drafted Josiah DeGuara, and I was like, come on, man. So, you know, at the end of the day, I'm not a GM. You know, they got a guy, and it looks like it was the right decision ultimately. And yeah, you know, that's But I'm cool with that. Like, and I'm very upfront about that too. Like, I'm never going to pretend to be a GM. I'm going to be like, here's my opinion, and this is why I'm back. Like, I'm going to back it up. Here's what my opinion is. And it could be wrong. Like, you could disagree with it. Like, that's cool. Like, but that's what I say every single time at the end of every video. I was like, let me know in the comments below. Like, let me know. I read them. Jason, Tom, how much would you be in hell if the Vikings still got the 7th seed at the end of week 18? Oh, I'd be in all the way hell. All the way hell. Down beneath the, like, the furthest layer. I'd be going down. So... Austin, take care. Have a great night. Best video game of the year? I haven't played any. So, I know Baldur's Gate. I really want to play it. Didn't get a chance to. New Zelda? Didn't get a chance to. So, yeah. Didn't get a chance to. The last, like, I've been, again, Slay the Spire, I'll do it. But, yeah, that's all I have time for right now. I am very much, like I want to play Red Dead Redemption 2. I love the first one. I just haven't had time to play the second one still. Hey, first cracking game. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. Yeah, no, exactly. And I can't get involved with it now because, like, Baldur's Gate 3, I knew I would get obsessed with. Like, Zelda, I would have gotten obsessed with. And, like, I just don't have the time to do so. Scans to a tour, Mario or Zelda? Zelda. But I'm not even the biggest Zelda fan. Wind Waker's my favorite. Majora's Mask is up there. Breath of the Wild is fun. Ocarina, of course, is up there. Yeah, Mario, I'm not a big side scroller guy. So, like, actually my favorite Mario was Super Mario Sunshine. Sunshine was my favorite one. I really liked it. No, I heard amazing things about Red Dead Redemption 2. I'd love to play it. Oh, by the way, courtesy of Mama Grossi. Just because we have not cracked one yet. We have not cracked one out yet. Wow, damn, I just went like an hour and a half. We didn't even crack a beer. Let's rouse. Let's rouse! Rouse. Link to the past. There you go. There you go. There you go. Caleb, but what happens in Saga if Pittsburgh's eliminated? Minnesota clinches. Minnesota clinching would actually throw a huge wrench into things. I'd have to adapt. The first one is the one I'm the most concerned about. Yeah, if I'm being honest, the one I'm the most concerned about is the Steelers not making the playoffs. That would just require some hurdle jumping by me because he can stick around, but without him, the saga's over. So that makes it tough. That makes it tough. So I'm hoping he's around for at least 1 week because then I could do what I needed to do. But yeah, if the Steelers are eliminated this week, there might just be next week's episode and one more, and that's it. SJ Fire, I did hear about 13-year-old who beat Tetris. Yeah, like the kill screen. Yeah, that's freaking awesome, man. That's freaking awesome. So, are all of my animals rescues? Yes. Sinclair, got her from the SPCA. Dash, he came from an organization. He was from a kill shelter down south. And then the girls, Nova and Nebula, they were strays that my aunt found outside of her house. So, especially Fire Zelda Phantom Hourglass is underrated. I agree with that. I never played it, so yeah, I'd say. Alan and Fire! Saga episode was wild! That's right, baby. What the F? Week 18 is going to be insane. Playoffs, too. Yup. Did for his late dad. Let's go. Saul! Terra drafting love in the first round was like Goku sparing Vegeta, Frieza, and giving Cell a sensu bean. In hindsight, justify the narrative, but in the moment, you're pissed. Yeah, absolutely. But it's never at him. You know, and again, AJ Dillon mentioned this when he was on GPS, and I'm sure he's salty about it, and that's totally cool. That's all totally fine. Like, he's just like, oh, yeah, I remember your reaction. We don't forget. And I was like, all right, man, like, it wasn't on Jordan Love, but if that's how you want to take it, that's how I want to take it. We're all human beings, and, like, you know, that's your decision to do that. That's cool. Like, I have no hate whatsoever. Jordan Love is the Green Bay Packers quarterback. I always want him to do well. I never was one of those weirdos that wanted him to fail or be like, oh, he wasn't the guy. No, if you're playing on the Green Bay Packers, like, I am rooting for you because you are on my team. Like, you're on the team that I support. That's it. That's it. For me, it's easy. Scans to UFL lore. There it is. There it is. Silver! With Tarek and Grossi, being a Packers fan aside, do you find yourself rooting for another team if the Packers don't go all the way? Or do you just revert to an NFL fan? Happy New Year's to the Grossi family. Hey, Happy New Year's, Diane. Appreciate you. It depends. So yeah, like if the Packers get eliminated or like it doesn't impact the Packers, there's teams that I'll like hope for more. Like the Bengals, like winning the Super Bowl, I was rooting for the Bengals. I like Stafford, but I was rooting for the Bengals. And that will happen anytime because like I'll pick someone, like I'll have a preference over winning usually, but majority of the time I'm just hoping it's a good game. So like there'll be teams I'll be like rooting for, but like yeah, I hope they do well. Starting with a fire, odds of the Ravens beat the Browns in the divisional round. Unless more wild card teams win the wild card weekend, that would be fantastic. Stern, that'd make me so happy. That would make me so happy. There's a couple ways I can do it too. Because like the ending, yeah, like you know what's gonna happen. You know. You don't know how it's gonna get there. But you know what's coming. Or I should say, who. So, yeah. I'm very excited how we get from point A to point B. SJ to fire. As a kid, grew up on Final Fantasy, with 9 and 6 being my favorites. Classic 90s had best storytelling game in history. Wow, but not 7, huh? 7, all right. Yeah, so I actually really never got into Final Fantasy a lot because I didn't like a ton of turn-based games. As I've gotten older, I've liked it a little bit more, but that's why I loved Kingdom Hearts so much, because it wasn't turn-based and it was just like free flow, just go, 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 go. Sam and Fire, about video games. What are your favorite games? Any favorite games? You like fantasy strategy games, like turn-based and real-time strategy? I love storytelling is like probably number one for me. So like Bioshock Infinite, Journey, those are definitely up there. But I love SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 is like one of my favorite games of all time. Gears of War 2, one of my favorite games. Just because like the multiplayer was so much effing fun. I just have so much nostalgia tied into that. Last of Us is up there. Great storytelling, great gameplay as well. The new God of Wars aren't like my favorites, but they're up there. Like they're really, really great. I would say actually the storyline of the 2018 God of War was better than Ragnarok, but the gameplay of Ragnarok was better. Yeah, those are a couple like my favorites that I just like really, really love. So it's honestly, if it was good, it's good. But storytelling is like the best. Timmy Tours, Jake Browning actually good for a backup? I'd say so. Trevor, if it's the number one thing you want to do for fun next off season, and will you be following UFL at all? Hope everyone has a great night. Hey, thank you, Trevor. I will not. Pern is probably going to be following the UFL. I need to like disconnect a little bit. There'll still be content 5 days a week. But I'm I want to travel. I want to go on vacation, man. Like vacation is number one. I already planned a vacation a week after the Super Bowl. I'm gonna be gone for a week. It's gonna be really nice. Yeah, there's a couple fun projects I'm gonna be working on. And I want to do a live show, not like on the internet. Like I want to go do a live in-person show and see if we can pack out a theater. So I'm gonna do lots of proof of concepts this summer. Gavin at 990. What would be the 2023 underdog Super Bowl matchup? Falcons and Colts. Scans on a fire. Tom, your NFC AFC North series has inspired me to start writing and working towards creating my own show. Should I just say F it and do it? Yep. Because why wouldn't you? Bro, like, you know what I mean? Like, I got a camera, I got lights, and like, I got me and a microphone sometimes if my cat don't eat them. So, yeah, just do it. SJ to Fire. I love Final Fantasy 7, but 9 was my first one, and 6 was just storytelling, character development, masterpiece. I respect that. Oh, Mass Effect 2 was up there, too. That Batman. 100%. Mass Effect 2, my favorite one of the genre. I actually didn't really like Mass Effect 1. 3 was great. Ending was, but 2, perfect. Game with a fire. You played Undertale or Amori? I have not. I know of Undertale, though. I've heard of it. Outdoor Day Tour. Should Packers go get a veteran defensive player? Well, they can't right now, but no, I don't think so. Because they're just going to draft. Vest with a fire. Think the Pro Bowl has greatly harmed players who deserve it to be in the Hall of Fame to be considered for the ballot? Nope. I think at this point, if you are using Pro Bowls, like in this day and age, to determine Hall of Fame legitimacy, I think you're using the wrong metric because you could, like, let me just, this is going to sound like being a hater, but I just want to confirm something because I don't know. Hold on one second. AFC Pro Bowl. Yeah. Okay. So this is going to sound like it's really mean, and it's not. Patrick Mahomes, in my opinion, like didn't do enough this season to make it to the Pro Bowl. Patrick Mahomes in the Pro Bowl. And you know why Patrick Mahomes is in the Pro Bowl. Like that's what it's a literal like, but it's every year. And like, I really like Patrick Mahomes. People hate on him. Sounds like Kermit the Frog. Hold on, yeah, right? Like, I think people hate on him too much. I understand why they do. I don't care. Like, it's all good. I think he is an incredibly talented player. He's really, really great. I will also say this season, I don't think he did like anything like incredibly special. But yeah. Austin, if I were to do a show, you should definitely think about the Clemens Center. It got more of a theater set up, but they had comedy shows there before. All right. That's right. That's right. And again, it's a popularity. Like, that's what I'm saying. The metric is broken. Once you allowed fans to vote in it, it became a popularity contest, and it diluted what, like, saying, oh, this guy went to 8 Pro Bowls. Okay. It's like, now back in the day, it really meant a lot more. But now, the metric, if you want to say, like, hey, this player's really good, is All-Pro. If they made the All-Pro team. Favorite DBZ character or Vegeta? Come on. Teen Gohan's up there, of course. Cell Saga, masterpiece, but come on now. Come on now. Also, cheers, folks. Cheers, cheers. But, yeah. I mean, you have players that are like, oh, retweet and vote for me. It's just like, come on, man. Like, you can't. Like, it's that. And, like, let's just be very honest. The Pro Bowl itself is such a joke now. And now they're trying to do the game stuff. And I like that. I like that more. Because, like, it's not a game anymore. No one cares no more. Nobody cares. It's just like, because there's no tackling. There's no stakes whatsoever. So, like, people aren't going to watch that. Like, how many advertisements have you seen on TV for the Pro Bowl? They're like, tickets starting at $45. Why are they starting at $45? Like, come on now. Come on. So, yeah, like the tricks and stuff, like those are cool. Like, but that's what it should be. Like, legit, I remember like Brett Favre just like chucking, just like, how far can you throw a football? I will be seated for that cinema. It's just like, hey, we got a bunch of people. We're going to see how far they can throw a ball. Cool. Let's do it. Let's rock. CJ, Terry, it's been a great season. Love watching all your streams. Love is everything I wanted Rodgers to be. Such a leader. Terrified of the Bears finally getting one here, but I'm excited for the future. Oh, you have to be. You have to be. It's amazing. Scan to a tour. Oh, Tom, my weight's down. Has me at 390 now. Down 29. Let's go. Let's go. Keep working. Keep grinding. Let's get it. Let's get it. Cool. To fire. Thoughts on non-every down players making it to the Hall of Fame, kickers, special teams, etc. Yeah, if they did enough in their position, they should make it. Like, the best kickers should make it. Like, if they made a huge like, this is going to be, you want to hear like a hot take? You ready for this? Now, it's not great, but I'm not saying he should. I think there is an argument that you can make that Mason Crosby should be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I'm pretty sure he is, if I'm not mistaken, right? And please someone correct me. Doesn't he have the most points in Packers history? Right? Isn't it most points? I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Mason Crosby. Most points in, right? All right. What record does he hold? Okay. Don't care about that. Blah, blah, blah. No. Scoring leaders. There we go. Yep. Mason Crosby. Mason Crosby is number 1. Played 258 games, right? 1,918 points. The second, Ryan Longwell. The third, Don Hudson at 823. So, yeah. I mean, like, Justin Tucker, throw him in there. Solid fire. I remember when they had Sanders and Rice as the coaches. They got rid of AFC, NFC. Thought it was innovative, but it lost steam. Yeah, because it was more fantasy. And I feel like, also, this is going to be like a bit of a hottish take, too. We're just throwing them out tonight. The introduction of sports gambling has diluted fantasy football. Fantasy football was like the biggest thing in the NFL. It for years, it was like the most, and it still is popular, don't get me wrong. It was like the league. There was an entire FX show, which was great for 3 seasons until then. But it was great, but it was about fantasy football. And now that you have sports gambling that's in it, it kind of dilutes it, in my opinion, because now that has become the major focus around the league, because you can't watch a pregame show without them going, well, this is sponsored by bleh. So, like, it's Mason Crosby, number 11 scoring all time. Throw him in the hall. SJ20, John Scott, an enforcer, made the NHL All-Star Game, my favorite podcast at the time. I was listening to Matt. Ooh, get people to vote for him as a joke should not be used to determine Hall of Fame. Yep, that's it. Exactly. Ready to fire, got home, enjoying a big bowl of gumbo. Gumbo is for winners. Longevity is very underappreciated. Yep. Simeon Terry, most cursed 23 Super Bowl matchup. It's the biggest position that the Packers need to address in the offseason. Secondary. They need to, safety. It needs to be addressed. Has to do safety. Corner could be up there too. O-line probably day 2. But potential running back if they don't know what to do there. But have to get safety. And most cursed? Most cursed would be... I'm going to say the Cowboys. Don't need to explain that more. Cowboys versus... Here, I'll give you an outcome. It's Cowboys versus Bills, and the Cowboys win 49-0. That would be the most cursed Super Bowl. The world would be done. It'd be done. Like, it'd be done. We would never be able to go online again. Ever. It would be done. End of the internet. Like, we're just done. Done. The Bills losing the Super Bowl again, and it's the Cowboy. I was asked for the most cursed one. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I am wrong. And by the chat's reaction, I ain't wrong. Just say it. Hate that. I told you. You asked the question, I provide the answer. You gave me the Q, I gave you the A. Don't be upset when I did and I followed the directions. Scans order tour. HT minor league games are more fun live than pro. Ooh. I can see why. I can see the argument for that. Torg, with a Fire Takes pregame brought to you by DeVito's Barbershop. Keep your bets local or we break your legs. Dude, can you imagine? Could you imagine? Oh, I'm not wrong. I'm telling you, we would never be able to go on the internet again. The day that the Cowboys win a Super Bowl again is going to be a day that's going to be written about in history books, and it might start the decline of civilization. It might. Like, I know you're just like, Tom, that's funny, you're being facetious. It might. Just, can you imagine living in a world where the Cowboys can just point and be like, we won a Super Bowl in February. That's why we're the greatest team. That's why we're America's team. That's why we're God's chosen team. God wills it. They'll start dressing up as the Crusaders and screaming God wills it before games. I swear. And it will be the end. It'll be the end. Silver! Fire would play Pro Bowl with skill position challenges and has a semi-pro award for players who are good but not good enough for all pro. I like that. Alley Tour, but Lions Bengals would implode the earth. Yeah, but the Bengals can't make it this year, though. Victor, they tour. Would history be different if Lamar never got hurt? Sure, but I think you can say that about a lot of people. You can say that about Carson Wentz. You can say that about Carr. I mean, there's a bunch of people you can say that about. Laura! Thanks for gifting membership. Appreciate you. Oh, clickbait would be terrible. Sam, if I like those tactical games with Battlefield of a chessboard with height characters, melee and rage, like Tactics and Tactics Ogre. Battle for Middle-earth was one of my favorite, like, tactical games. And also, like, I've never played a Civilization game, and it's not because I would hate it. I would get so effing addicted, and I would never get off of it. So, like, I don't play it. Ray, with your clickbait would end. It'd be done. I would be like, guys, I'm out. Or we would just tell them, like, I'd be like, oh yeah, we'll do it next week. And then we just never do. Ever. I think there's a good chance that Reggie Wayne gets in. Scanja Tour. Toledo Walleye games better than NHL. Mud Hens games better than MLB. I mean, well, that's the thing. I can't watch baseball on TV, like, unless it's like playoffs and it's like a game 7 or something. Going in person is fun, but yeah, I just get too bored. Jonathan Day Tour. Cowboys 2023 Tour Swallows. Yep. Cowboy Tour. Bills Vikings Super Bowl that goes into overtime. See, that's not cursed for me because I have a winner. I'm like, yeah, I want you to win. Like, I want the Bills to win. I want them to win very badly. So that wouldn't be cursed for me. The Vikings one would be bad, but yeah, that'd be horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Ugh. Ugh. Tory Tour, you'd be addicted to pointing out inaccuracies. Yeah, but I would enjoy the game too much. I really would. I would really enjoy it. Because, like, that's such my vibe. Florence Return, Bills to squish the fish. We need to show we rule the East again. Let's see, let's see, let's see. It's going to be fun. Vikings, Browns, who do you root for? If it's this year's Browns, the Browns. Yep. If it's, like, next year's Browns, I refuse to answer the question. Hardy with a tenor. Bears fan here. Praying Fields can prove himself to the haters that he's our guy, like Love did for the Packers. But we are competitive with y'all on Sunday. Sorry for the toxic Bear fans. Don't apologize. Don't apologize for other people. It's fine. You're fine. You're fine. Listen, I have no problem talking smack. That's totally fine, right? Back and forth. It's all good. But that's every fan base. There's bad Lions fans out there. There are. There's bad Vikings fans out there. There's bad Packers fans out there. They're all there. Ormwood Fire, what's the one shocking moment that from the show Lost you remember to this day? We have to go back. Not Penny's boat. I will die on that hill. Like, it was not a perfect show. I loved Lost. Across the Sea was one of the most disappointing episodes I've ever seen, though. But, yeah. Gotta go back. SJ20, one last thing before I head out. The John Scott thing is very interesting. What the NHL did to pressure him out of the game was disgraceful, including forcing a trade to try to DQ him. He scored 2 goals and got voted MVP. Yo, that's messed up. Why'd they do that? Why'd they do that? Scans of fire. You have to think for people who don't have a pro team in their town, going to the local minor league is feeling more connected. Absolutely. Of course. I mean, that is also why, folks, if you've never been to Green Bay, Wisconsin, that is also one of the reasons why the Packers are so pivotal to to Green Bay. Because not only is it like it's in Green Bay, but 2, it has that feel. Like, you see folks out in the grocery stores, like, because it's just houses that is around, or at least for a lot of it. We're just around. I told you a Kmart was across the street from Lambeau Field, so like it's legit part of the community. Marvin Fire, okay, but what universe the Cowboys win the Super Bowl and go 20-0? Nope, that'd be bad too. That would be awful too. Anita with they fire Vikings Bills Super Bowl and it goes into overtime 0-0. No, thank you. No, thank you. Oh, thank you. Orange, it's Coach Season 1, Coach Season 2, East Saga, Coach Season 3, West Saga, Coach Season 4, South Saga, Coach Season 5, North Saga, and then Coach Season 6 will be the end of it this summer. If you click the About thing, I think it's still there. I know the tab's not there, but if you click like that little info graphic thing, that's still there. I don't know. I totally updated that, and I was like, yeah! And then it did not work out. So... yeah, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But we'll figure it out. SJ! Yeah, they're afraid that would make a mockery of the game, so they asked him what his daughters would think if he embarrassed them by going to ASG, which drove him to play the game out of spite. Spite is one of the most powerful human emotions you could possibly have. I've done a lot of things out of spite. So, I get it. But hell yeah. Hell yeah, let's go. Let's freaking go. Oh, Green Bay's amazing on game day. Green Bay is legit. It is and that's why obviously I'm a fan of the Packers too, but like I'll also defend Green Bay because a lot of the crap that's out there that like craps all over Green Bay and criticizes Green Bay and like, oh, there's not much to do there. Like it is a nice place to live, you know, and if you love the Packers is like the place to live. Sammy on fire. Still watch Marv Levi Bill's videos. He told war stories to his players to get his point across. It was so motivational. Him and Bud Grant are underrated. Oh, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty freaking awesome. eHarmony today, fire. Special vitamins. Yeah, but where's the South Saga Supercut? We're supposed to do it over the offseason, and I just ran out of time. Don't worry, it'll come out. The problem is, like, I can't do it right now because I don't have any days off. Like, this is literally the crazy part of my season now. I mean, from September all the way till February is crazy, but this is like the crazy part. So I need time to edit it. You know, there's like 5 hours of content there, so I need to edit it. I need to take all the subscribe stuff, and then I need to give time for my computer to render that monster, which is gonna take close to 5 hours. Giggity! If I was a Packers player that you don't think gets nearly enough recognition for how well they played, I was going to say Zach Tom. I was going to say Zach Tom is 100% that guy. Yeah, Zach Tom has kind of been like a phenomenal part of that O-line. The answer is usually everybody on the offense, like folks on the offensive line are some of the most underrated. But yeah, Zach Tom would 100% get it. Dan, with a $5. My girlfriend, I love your content. I appreciate you. She's a Packers fan. I'm a Lions fan. Hoping for that first round matchup. Keep up the great work. Let's go. House divided. Next with tour, UFL has no teams west of San Antonio. Lame. Crab with a $10. Hey, Tom. Late lore question. Are we going to find out what Charles was up to while he was missing? He went from calling Lionel broken to one of us, which is quite the shift. It's a great question. Yes, you will find out what Charles was doing. And 2, the other thing is, I think that there has been enough that has happened this season to justify the come around of you're not one of us to you are one of us. Because you also have to remember, like, that happened week 3, I think. So you've had 14 weeks that have passed in between there, and a lot has happened. But if I'm being very honest with you, you're going to find out what happened to Charles when he was gone. But if I'm being very honest with you, it's kind of the way that I wrote week 17 that solidified Charles's stance. Because the conversation that Lionel, Randall, and Charles have by themselves, Lionel basically says, like, I'm not going to throw you both under the bus. Because Lionel, let's be very honest, Lionel could have thrown them right under the bus and said, like, hey, Randall and Charles came down to me. They want to get rid of Ref. And Steve told him everything. So there's some dynamics that happen within that episode where Lionel defends Charles. On top of that, Lionel is, like, grilled by Vince during that house meeting. Grilled. Because there is a point where Vince is convinced that it is Lionel. And what is the thing that breaks Vince's attention from Lionel? It's Charles giving up Steve. So that in of itself is an indication of, like, hey, this guy's going to bat for us. Like, I'm not going, because Charles could have just let, like, Lionel take the fall. Have a nice day. But him then throwing Steve under the bus, which is why I effing love that episode so much, is because for the first time, you have the whole house together, but you also see that it's 2 separate houses. And that's why I think that this season, better than any other season, in my opinion, has done a great job of solidifying the 2 houses as individual entities. And they have their own storylines. And yes, there's crossover. There's been crossover from the beginning of, like, every now and then there's, like, interaction between the houses. But here, you legit see an us versus them mentality. Once Charles throws Steve under the bus, you see all the interactions that have happened with the AFC house unfold. The Ed and Otto saga, the Tim and Steve saga, which has been building all year. Tim and Ed, right? Been building all year. Then you also see the Otto and Steve. It's very short, but Otto and Steve, like, Otto literally being like, my son's responsible for his own actions. Do what you gotta do. Ooh, okay. Then the North, they have all their stuff, but you see this kind of, like, unified, like, oh, it's them. And Vince, very intentionally, has a line in that episode, look what they took from me. So he legitimately goes, it's them. He's looking at them because he flat out says Charles and Randall are too stupid to pull it off. Which, I hate that he's right, but he's kind of right. And Lionel would be the only one who could. And Lionel, and this is the best part, and Vince doesn't know about this, Lionel has an opportunity to kill him. He has an opportunity to kill Ref, and he doesn't do it. And why? Because he's not him. And if you go back to that same, and I really contemplated putting this as a flashback, but I thought this would just look better when you rewatched it. The same episode where Ref tells Lionel you need to be a lion. In that whole conversation that they have, Ref kind of tears Lionel down, saying you're not him. He's like, you're sitting in his chair, you're sitting at his desk, but you're not him. And Lionel's kind of like, oh. Like, it's kind of like a deflating, damn, this sucks. but it's the active decision of Lionel to not be Vince that now gives that character strength. And that's why, like, Lionel's one of my favorite characters that have developed this season. Sorry, lore. Ramon, would fire Lions, Vikings, who do you prefer to win a Super Bowl first? Lions, easy. It's not even close. Not even close. SJ, I like, legitimately, I hope I live a long, healthy life. I hope I'm dead before I see the Vikings win a Super Bowl. That's how much I hate the Vikings. And I hope Vikings fans respect that. Because that's a lot. Because I don't hate Vikings fans. I just hate the Vikings. SJ to fire. Real last comment for tonight. Dear God, let Lions Packers be a playoff game. The Lord needs it. It does. And SJ, have a fantastic evening. Janine, with a fire. Dallas winning the Super Bowl is against the 8th Amendment. That'd be cruel and unusual punishment. Probably goes against the Geneva Convention. Yup. Applesauce fire. Falcons make the Super Bowl and blow a 35-6 lead to Mahomes. Chiefs and Taylor Swift make a banger song about the emotional ride she felt. That'd be amazing. Revenue, turn the Packers miss the playoffs, will Vince die? It's a loaded question. I'm not going to tell you if your character's going to die yet. Allie Ventura, please don't kill Tim. He's our only Hall of Famer. Florence Ventura needs Bill's Mafia. Yeah. Don't worry, you'll see a lot of the Mafia. You'll see a lot of the Mafia. Yeah, Lionel didn't kill Ref. Yeah, no, it was Blood Demon. Blood Demon did it. Yeah. Blood Demon did it. Now, the question is, was Blood Demon ordered to do it or not? That's a different question. That's a different question. But why does everyone hate the Cowboys? It's just because of the fans. It's also, listen, the Cowboys were like unstoppable in the 90s. They were the Patriots of the 90s, right? They got super duper popular. They won a bunch of Super Bowls, so people are automatically going to hate them, just like they hate the Chiefs now because they're winning a bunch. That's what it is. But then it's the fans every single week that are just like, oh, it's our year. Caleb, wait, do you ever have the NFC North characters meet? Related? I have not revealed that. Why did Otto leave when the Blood Demon showed up? Chris, did Otto switch the gun, or was that Blood Demon taking Tim's life to save Steve? Ooh! The gun was fake. I'll give you that. The gun was fake. Not gonna tell you what happened to Tim yet, but the gun was fake. Alex with Taryn, another random. Have you ever heard of Highway Through Hell? Only wanted to mention it because I think Aaron Rodgers looks a lot like the tow truck driver on that show. Oh my God. I have not, but that is an amazing analogy. Dorg with a fire. After last week, Lionel's out of the garage, now violating Rest Corps over and over. He's like, you know what? I should have. Which, by the way, I want to make this very, very clear. That was always the plan. I want to make that very, very clear. Lionel was never going to kill Ref. This was always my plan for him, that he was going to be there, have the opportunity to, and basically be like, look at me now. Because that happens in that episode. Hold on. Ahem. Where are you? There it is. Okay. Once Lionel says, I'm being a lion. A little note I made for myself. Ref stares like he's seeing Lionel for the first time. There's your respect. There it is. So, hands to the face. Yup. Full circle, baby. Full circle. Ramon, tell me your opinion. What would make the worst Super Bowl scenario? Falcons, Colts. I'd just be bored. You know, it'd be nice to see the Falcons get it. Gardner Minshew in the Super Bowl would actually be pretty dope. Actually, all right, no, never mind. I kind of like that. Saints and, let's go like Saints Steelers. Oh, Saints Steelers. Sorry, guys. Like, that would just be a boring-ass game. Minshew, I'd be like, yeah, that's really cool. And Falcons, they deserve to win after what happened to them. But Saints Steelers, just the offenses alone. Oh, it would not be fun. I'm bored already. Yeah, it would not be fun. It would not be fun. Legally, since Lionel did not free ref, he is responsible in legal terms. I know. Well, I wanted to put that in there too. So I almost put another line in there. That I don't have regrets for not putting it in, but like I think it could have done well there. When Lionel's walking away and ref is like, he's like, try to say, you let me go. And he said, no, you're gonna have to figure it out for yourself. I was gonna have ref say something like, you're just gonna leave me here. And like, I just couldn't find a non-clunky way to say like, I'm not Vince, but I guess it runs in the family kind of thing. But I didn't. And I'm actually kind of happy I didn't, because I don't think it's needed. Because I think that's kind of, again, more like show instead of tell. That obviously, like, there's still that, there are those pieces of Vince that are there, but he's not him. Flowing with a fire. Do you know 7 of the 10 drunkest cities in Wisconsin? Yep. Also, you live in Wisconsin. You're from Wisconsin. Come partying at Claire. I am not from Wisconsin, trying to move there, though. Attempting to move there. So, yeah. Yeah, I like it. I liked it not being there. Runs in the family. Well, I've already said that, Sid. Yeah, no, I mean, I've already had that of, like, the comments already been made about destroying families. Special fight. I think all of us in the NFC North can agree on one thing. We can't hate the Lions right now. I mean, Vikings are trying. They're trying. Right, Joe? But I've never seen ref throw a single flag through the whole saga, so is he even a real ref? Is Blood Demon even in control of anything? Not yet, Skillet. Not yet. Not yet. You'll see. New guy, I'm not entirely confident. It's going to be insane in Indianapolis. I think the Texans are a little bit more of a better team, but yeah, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Just wait. No division next year. No division. Has Otto been this careful about how he steers conversations throughout the entire season, or is he just becoming more apparent now? It's becoming more apparent to the audience. So that's a tactic I'm using just to show the audience. Because now you know. Because he was doing all that stuff before, but you didn't know. But now you know. Kip with a fire. Ref, aren't you let me go? Lionel, no, that'd be illegal touching. Got him. Saga over. Done. 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 Maybe Reagan, we'll see. We'll see. I got lots of ideas that I want to do. But it all depends on who wins this week and who loses, so we're gonna see. Vince, this episode was interesting. He's willing to shoot Steve with a fake gun just to get Blood Demon's attention, but his voice is so small and he realizes Tim is actually hurt. Yep, because that wasn't his intention. So that was a thing that was a really tough decision for me to make. Because, let me put it this way. If Vince pulls out a gun, like a real gun, and shoots Steve, nobody, and I mean nobody, is rooting for Vince. Nobody. And in my opinion, you don't care about that character anymore. Otto, in my opinion, he is a very interesting villain. In my opinion, I think he's one of the best villains I've ever written because he's a villain based off of another character. Like, Blood Demon helped make him the way that he is. So there's a level of disgust with him and wanting to kill Blood Demon, but then there's also of like, I want to succeed. So with Vince, I think it would be out of character for him to whip out a gun and shoot Steve. And Vince is whipping out a fake gun and shooting a fake gun because, yes, Blood Demon's attention he knew that he would get. And 2, he wants to know what happened to Ref. And he's driven to the point where nobody's telling him anything. And he doesn't know who to suspect. He's blaming Lionel. He's blaming Steve. He's looking all around. And at the end of the day, Vince, who is a character that thinks he's in the know, only knows so much. And that's a really cool, juxtaposition between him and Steve and him and Otto. Because you could look at both Otto, there's a couple of people you could look at as villains in this series. You could look at a Lionel as a villain. I mean, what Ben is saying, he literally saw Ref chained, tied up, and was like, all right, deuces. But it's played for this, character moment that is, vindication. Sorry, I had to. R.I.P. vindication, but it's also like this huge growth moment. And so we forget about it. And I like turning things on their head because if you go back to the South Saga, this is like Seb all over again, in which Seb is like, is this goofy, like, high guy all the time. But then he's revealed to be a drug addict. And it's like, oh, well, this isn't funny anymore. And I like doing that every now and then. And I think you could do it depending on what perspective you're coming from. Because obviously being the North, there are going to be people who are going to gravitate towards certain teams if they're fans of it. I knew that this would be one of my most... no, not all the sagas end in violence. Actually, a majority of them don't. But there's like kind of this idea of like, if you're a Lions fan, you're obviously rooting for Lionel. If you're a Packers fan, you're rooting for the Packers and Vince. So I think at this point, how do I get you out of that? Because there are Browns fans, right, who turn around and go, oh, we're the villain? Oh, come on, man. Like, I don't want to be the villain. And if I was going to make the Browns the villain, I thought it was only right in service of their fans to make the best villain I could possibly make. Because otherwise, it's just like, oh, because you hate Deshaun Watson, which is a cop-out, in my opinion. So instead, I made a really complex and nuanced villain, in my opinion. Like, that's not patting back. Like, I made him have layers because I think that makes him more interesting. If the Browns go to the Super Bowl, I think that's fascinating. And I've kind of prepped for that as well. And I'm like, all right, like I'm ready for him to potentially go to the Super Bowl. And what would that look like? If the Browns went to Super Bowl, I have the ending right this second. Like I know exactly what the last frame is, like done. Nick, when a fire stream needs a laundry counter, it feels off without it. Not wrong. Not wrong. Brian, if I were room for someone to finally make Randall shut up. Yeah. But there's also, and it's not going to go away, there is also going to be more on Randall as well. Because I feel like this season, I've done a very nice job fleshing out a bunch of characters. Steve is pretty fleshed out. Tim, even for like Tim and Ed, I would say definitely. Otto's there. Vince is there. Lionel 1,000,000% there. Charles is like kind of there. He's not done yet. And then Randall, I would say, is like the one that's been kind of not as much like been developed. But don't worry, there'll be more. Sam Ventura, is the 49ers Seahawks Secret Alliance still a thing? Did you watch Coach Season 5, Episode 1? That'll answer your question. Yeah, exactly, Sam. Yeah, no. But that's every week I have to have multiple storylines that I'm juggling. And sometimes I commit to one and it doesn't work out. Hence, Diego in the West Saga. So, Vince did not shoot Tim. But how do you think Ed's going to feel? And yeah, exactly. Everybody gets attention from Vince. Who doesn't? Otto. Because Otto is very quiet. He says one line, right? He says one line. It's like, do what you gotta do to my son, right? His actions are his own. So, And him calling out for his dad. Yup. Oh yeah, just wait. Just you wait. Eric, if I now invested in this, I have to go back and watch the old series. Let's go. Oh, if you watch and that's what I told people. If you watch Coach and you watch this, you know what's coming. You know what's going to happen, which just these last few episodes, more and more. Like, it's like you know the ending. You just have no idea how it's going to get there, and it's going to be heartbreaking to watch. So, I'm pretty freaking excited. I'm not going to lie. I have not seen Iron Claw. I really want to. It's at the top of the current movies I want to see. I ain't got no time, though. How was Anger able to kill Tolman Jr. if Ambition needed time to kill Chamas? Because, as was already explained in the kind of background of Anger, anger was able to kill the other emotions in there, and that's why he needed to get booted on out. Kevin, thanks for getting 5 memberships. Appreciate you. Let's go. All right, listen, I need to go eat food. I have not eaten dinner tonight, and it is almost 10 o'clock. So, I appreciate the heck out of you. Tomorrow, we streaming. Tomorrow night, I'll be streaming 2 games on Sunday as well. And then, oh baby, it's time for playoffs. Emerald, 1 year ago, this channel helped me through a rough patch, and now I'm doing much better in my first job. Let's go! Let's go, Emerald! Let's freaking get it. Let's freaking fracking get it. Come on now. Congratulations, it's amazing. Nicole's, thank you for the membership. Appreciate you. I'm gonna eat. Tomorrow, I'll be streaming Texans Colts. Also, we'll then be streaming Bears Packers and the Bills Dolphins game. Season reactions for teams are going to start next week as well. Scripted, the whole 9 yards. I'll be all out, and then every playoff game, baby. Every playoff game. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a crazy weekend. But folks, thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic evening. I'm Tom Grossi. And as always, go Pack, go. Appreciate y'all.